And none of our video is showing. That's disturbing. Let's switch that up. There we go. Our lovely faces. Hi guys, this is Archers of the Realm. This is Team Blaster and Fire Arc Reheated, Session 4. So sorry for the weird and late start. I assume you're used to it by now. I have nothing else to say about that. A couple quick things before we get fully started. We have a few links to add. Actually, Mel, you're in the chat. You can drop the links for me. Here, you want to work while you're just watching us and chilling? First,
be nice to Mel.
Never.
Mel, we love you. You are awesome.
Mel's the best.
Mel is the best. Mel already knows that she's the best. First and foremost, we are doing a Tiltify for Fun Texas Choice. We currently have 100 out of our $200 goal, I believe. So every $20 we go up, an additional die gets added to a pool for these guys to use when things are going wrong or bad or just silly.
Chaos, because it's us.
If we get to 200, something even more special happens. I'm not gonna say what yet, but if we get the 200, it'd be great. Also, it's great because you'd be helping out some really awesome organizations that help people with uteruses that need help in areas that are not always there to help them.
Hey, Vinny.
What's up?
Did you make Mel cry?
Yeah. I make a lot of players cry. This is like the only group where I don't think... This is the only group I think...
Lucky gas is like $5 fucking an hour and you live 2 hours away from me. So, all of you. Yeah,
This is the only...
Cried in a good way. It was good crying.
This is the only way, the only group where no one has cried, because we're aiming to make Vinny cry the whole time.
Vinny, do I need to get in my car, drive up there, and kick your ass?
Guys,
because I'll do it.
Ask Mel. Mel enjoyed it. Go, you know what you guys can do? You guys can go watch the other fucking stream and see how I made her cry. It was fine. It was good. It was a good time.
I know where you live.
That's fine. I'll tell everybody where I live. Y'all can come up here and try to beat me up, and I will still have the evidence against you.
You think you can dox me? I'll dox myself.
Exactly. I'll Alexander Hamilton this shit. I don't give a fuck.
Hey, well, for that, we need to go to Jersey.
Oh no, that's a whole other thing. We're not gonna do. Anyways, besides the Tiltify to Fun Texas Choice, we also have our store. If you want to check out our merch that was made by the lovely Mel, we have shirts like this where we celebrate our variances and sexualities and genders and whatever gayness that you tend to be, because we seem to have a lot of that around. And then the third one that we have is our Gemhammer affiliate, which is a very wonderful shop that I believe is a local New Englander. They may even be Massachusetts based, which is great. They make dice, cards, small adventures, a few other different things. They have a really fun shop. We've used some of their products on here, or I've used some of them on people. I recommend going and check them out. It's 20% off, plus Doge. Why'd you write Doge?
Dog.
Where?
She mentioned snuggling her dog.
Oh, okay. I did not see.
Dog.
Oh, yeah. Mel has 2 adorable dogs. But yeah, those are the 3 links. Otherwise, we're going to do a quick roundtable. Everyone's going to introduce themselves, and then we will have a quick recap of last time, because we got to catch somebody up. And then we will go on from there.
Yeah, I know. Gosh.
Fire Arc, baby.
Directly after I threatened him, and like, so aggressive.
Aggressive.
Go
Calm
on.
down.
First and foremost, I am Vincent Vander.Vision, whatever you want to call me. I do cosplay photography and videography at a convention near you and a convention near me, normally near me, but they can also be near you. Next, I'm going to throw it over to Alex, because we have Alex this time.
Hi, I'm Alex. As Vinny just said, nailed it. I play Sir Dennis Quail, a very, very, very chaotic Kenku. Open the player's handbook. I'm all those classes. Yeah, that's it. Going over there. Or there. I don't know which way am I going.
I said there was a very simple circle, but someone had a list before, and I don't know who's.
I had a list, and then you got to it before I could pull up my list.
Oh, unfortunate.
It's me. Hi, everyone. Instagram star Corinne, the monk. I'm Natalie Fuinia. I am the keeper for the Storyteller Squad. We are a Monster of the Week podcast. Check us out if you enjoy any of the really dumb gay stuff I do on this stream. Because I'm in charge of that one, so there's even more of it.
Who's next? Natalia.
Now it's Evie.
I'm Ange, also known as Evie, the elemental monk, and when I'm not running around doing silly things, I am on an anime podcast called Animazing Radio. So if you like anime, come check that out, where I just run my mouth with a couple of guys for a couple hours about anime and convention related nonsense.
Next.
I think it's my turn next.
8 Grom.
Hey, I was right. Hi, I'm Leo. I play Gromagul and alongside Bear, the Barbarian rogue / warlock. You can find me. I did change up my socials. Sorry, Vinny. I meant to
That's fine.
text you.
I didn't think about that, even though I saw it. We'll get that.
It's okay. It's
settled.
miniature orc or miniature orc boy around.
Love that.
Yeah. So you can find me on those socials. And Pint Size Cosplayers still on DeviantArt.
Which leaves me. I'm Lark. I am just very happy to be here and play my little wizard lady Malen with her very large hat.
A very, very, very large hat.
You're about to be thrust into Campaign 1 lore now.
Whoa.
Listen, we showed up to a god and Malen was like, I guess we're doing this now.
He was
Which
just
I
an
think is-
angel. That's fine. It's just an angel.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. Something with a bajillion eyes saying "Fear not" came out of the sky.
Yeah, that's fine. Whomst remembers what happened last time?
Oh, I definitely don't.
We know.
We
Did we
rested.
do- I was gonna say, did we do like a bunch of like logistical stuff and
We did downtime
QT
and
things?
yeah.
And responsible shit in downtime.
You did. Anyone remember enough of that they want to recap any of it for Alex's and or the audience's sake?
Well, our research person is developing robots for us, and we gave them a list of special types of ships we want built.
Mm-hmm.
For,
And apparently
special
Dennis had a hand in
situations.
that because all sorts of testing was going on for the chaotic nonsense.
I would have. I'm the only artificer in the party.
Yeah, they said most of your ideas were impossible because of physics.
However,
Okay.
some were a work in progress on an island way out that way.
To be fair, only
I
two,
think-
two of them could not be done. The rest were long-term processes, and a few of them were quick tricks they were able to pump out. But a lot of them are going to take a bit.
Also, I feel like when people say, "Oh, we can't do this because of reality," that's just for him, just oh, what you're telling me is I just need to change reality.
Easy.
Well, look, the two
Yes.
suggestions that
Before.
that they could not do was one too simple and the other one too complex. One of them was making a steam engine, which when you're in a world that you already have magical flight, a steam engine is literally worse. And then the other suggestion was a warp drive, which is infinitely better and harder. So
No, it's not. It's just teleportation.
It's-
Gosh.
it's complex teleportation for including a vehicle and stuff. They were trying. They were trying their best.
We have opened a Spelljammer division of Dragon, and they are working on
They're
it.
attempting. Yeah, they're slowly attempting to just go surfing the astral plane.
TBD. Check back in August when that book releases.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe. Sounds
One of
good.
the things EB did was go through literally all the books for the accounting nonsense because we have way too much money, but it's not infinite.
Yeah.
Therefore, make sure we're not wasting any.
So one part,
Who uses money?
you did some rules for the accounting stuff. I don't think you got incredibly high for that, but
I got decidedly average, and Bear's exotic honey is an acceptable expenditure.
Yeah, you guys were like, yeah, there's a warehouse that might be filled with honey somewhere. That was a conversation piece.
Just Bear. And that became a whatever because
Bear's working on the family business.
And
Don't
the-
worry
Exactly.
about it.
How did
Bear-
Bear get a climate-controlled warehouse?
Why are you asking questions? There are no
Yeah.
questions. You didn't see anything. There's no warehouse behind you.
In a volley before you guys fully left, you guys, one, set up druids to help change some of the atmosphere enough that it was livable. Two,
That's right.
you guys got some mage scribes and handlers, some people who knew how to rewrite books, and other people who knew how to
Yeah.
keep more dangerous books safer. You then
And then set up protection for the highways.
Mm-hmm.
no, that's not what was next. There was another thing, and then there was that.
Okay.
We put somebody in charge.
Look, if no one else is gonna literally give the recap, you can't interrupt me when I'm giving the motherfucking recap.
No, but I have a note. We put Renee's, who is a
Yes.
green tiefling, in charge.
For the social working aspect, you had Renee's and Jaliance you put in charge of kind of like actually forming leadership and like quality social services as the city reformed. And then finally, you guys recontacted some old piracy gangs and some of the old monastery gangs that Evie knew to kind of just like stand on street corners and make sure people got through okay, which works. Considering no one else except workers are there right now, so everyone is safe and tip top until more people come here and screw it up like they always do. Because
As people.
humanoids, yeah.
Then it'll be their fault because it'll be their city again, and that's fine.
Yeah, you can fuck up your own city as much as you want. We're just here to make it a city again.
There we go.
Exactly.
But yeah, back at home base, you guys worked on your little island for a little while, basically fixing up the dragon den lair, roost nest thing, to your liking, reworking the factory bits into areas that you guys could use for your own things, including like Malen had like a conspiracy board going up with all the new information about gods and magic and why the fuck it's snowing at
It's
night.
true.
The Clem and wow, I forgot your name, Corinne, had a couple wonderful date nights where they did some cottagecore lesbian shit that people seem to agree with. Pretty hardcore.
As they should.
We had
Gotta be branding.
we had Gromagul and Bear kind of just making sure the island's actual reborn, renewed natural environment was up to snuff and going okay, which it was. And Evie was from what I remember, you were like sleeping outside in like a tower out there.
Roof.
Yeah, on a roof. And you and Ponthrax had some side conversations. You also, I think, dragged both of the wizards outside to like touch some grass because it's been a while for them both.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And then just
Oh yeah, you made them meditate, right?
yeah, meditating. That's what
You
it was.
shared your books and your stories and maps.
I did share the map book with Malen.
Oh, we danced. What was the dance thing we did? There was
We danced
somebody.
on the
Clem,
beach.
Clem wanted to teach you
Yeah.
her dancing.
That's right.
So you did some of that. Yeah.
Bye.
Just because, Dennis, you were gone, is there anything that you wanted to say you were doing during like your bit of downtime after you guys helped get Avali back up to shape?
Oh, well, I mean, you already called one of the things. I'm definitely gonna just start naming stuff. Like the wings of the base. I guess we're going to name the base. I already have 4 names that you've said. And I'm just gonna keep coming up with more. Deal with it. Yeah. Past that, I mean, the whole experimentation thing seems to fit. He would do dumb shit. Like the
Fair.
steam engine, he'd be like, okay, but hear me out. Steam cannon, but magic and things.
I
Pardon?
like the idea of Dennis put like Vanna Whiting an entirely functional steam engine, being like, "Ah, this thing." We're just like,
Completely
Why?
inferior technology. It's great.
it smells weird. What are you burning in that?
Wood.
You suggest steam cannon, and Pardon's like, well, we could make an ice cannon, which would probably actually be a
Do something?
projectile.
Well, why not steam?
Because
could take-
that's warm, moist water.
What's wrong
Okay.
with water?
It
Hey,
doesn't hurt in a steam form.
Actually, it would hurt a lot.
It would.
Give
It
me
hurts
It would
a
boil
lot.
you
Actually,
alive.
steam
I'll
on
be
shit. That would be the worst.
Kaiser.
Worse than
That's like,
worse than fire or ice. You think
Okay.
I mean-
steam is gonna hurt worse?
okay, hear me out. Hear me.
if you're crab boiling someone, it's the same shit.
Yeah, it's slower.
I've had frostbite and a steam burn before as a person. Could tell you
Yeah.
right now, steam burn is
Awful.
worse.
Actually, just for branding purposes, maybe we should stick away from the stuff that's slow and painful deaths.
Yeah, we don't really
Then again,
need
that's
any
y'all's
of these
choice.
weapons.
No, we
No.
don't.
Pardon.
This isn't for us. This is for the normal people
Pardon?
who aren't like.
Nah, I don't want them having it either.
You want normal people?
Yeah,
That
we're
makes
not
sense.
arming the populace. Dennis.
Listen, our team is fixing all the things. That should concern everyone involved.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Pardon puts his like mechanical robot assistant in charge of the steam cans. It's like, don't worry, he'll get on that eventually.
Perfect.
And it's just lets
I have
them
more
be
important
like-
things to do.
It's like last in his like 80,000 item list
Yeah,
of protocol.
you guys gave Pardon so many things to do. He does not care about the steam cannon comparatively.
If you want me to recreate God and also make something technologically inferior, I think I'm going to start with the big one first.
Low on the list.
In addition
So-
to that, yeah, go ahead.
No, sorry, what were you gonna say?
No, do you have a thing like a thing besides the steam cannon?
The other thing would be genuinely useful. He would try to get pre-programmed illusions that could be copied, and then literally do like field medic guides. So like how to fix someone up if all you have is like some sticks and rope, and this is how you make a splint, but it's Deh-nys doing it, and it's like he's using puppets and stuff.
Okay.
Hijacks
I
a
thought
couple
when
of
he said-
these if this happens and goes towards like like micro ecosystems that are very, very tenuous and fragile. And whenever someone gets too close, one pops up and it's just Gromagul yelling at them.
I
Get the
love the
fuck away,
idea
this
of
is not for you. Don't touch. You can admire from over there though.
like a little warning window.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys hired like 4 or 5 illusionists just to be like, all right, we need to program these like 6 things at
Also,
these
can I
20
just say-
spots.
I imagine that like a field guide for like by Deh-nys for like how to like fix someone, give us a skill on a splint or whatever. It's like step 1, create a droid that will make a splint. Step 2, deploy droid.
No, well, but if it's a programmed illusion, but he's using puppets, so it's a bad programmed illusion because it could be a programmed illusion of Deh-nys literally putting a splint on someone.
Yeah.
But no,
Yeah.
it's Deh-nys using like paper cutouts on popsicle sticks, like, and here's how to make a splint. It's like
No,
the whole programmed illusion of him
Yeah,
behind
that's-
the little puppet show box and the curtains opening and shit. Like,
now, do they see Deh-nys? Is it just Dennis's hands with the puppets, or just like Deh-nys there too doing the
So
thing?
no, it's very
it's
much
the
like
facade.
it's
right?
the puppet show box that pops up, and Deh-nys uses the party members. So it's like, and Deh-nys comes in, and Deh-nys says, "Oh no, Gromagul broke their leg," and then Gromagul comes out, blah, and then there's like a leg sticking out, and he just like pulls a ribbon of red for the blood, and he's like, "So I'm going to teach you how to fix this."
You guys pay thousands of gold
With a nurse
to
hat.
illusionist wizards to come and program these things.
We
Yeah.
hear Evie's anguished crying.
In your triage kits, your pump-up triage kits, there is now a little stone with like the little face of a Kenku on it that they could rub their finger over and say what the issue is that they're having, and the little pop-up of Deh-nys showing them how to fix it will now pop up. It's in each of the triage kits now.
It's literally the worst EMH you
Yeah.
could ever imagine.
I need to
But
save
it
this
would be
person's life in
helpful.
under a minute, but you take 4 minutes to explain how to fix it. But that's fine.
Meanwhile,
So-
Evie, who's been trying to like budget us this whole time, sees this come across her desk and is like, "Fuck!"
So this person's having heart failure. Now let me give you a 2-minute speech on why heart failure is a big issue in our society right now.
Y'all
It's
aren't
like-
eating healthy enough.
like Dennis describes it, and it takes just long enough for him to be like, "Oh yeah, by the way," and like gives like a 4-second clip of like and apply a cure wounds to this point, and then do this poultice, and you're good.
His triage is just use magic.
Most of the time.
That's
Thousands-
literally the
thousands of gold
worst.
wasted.
It would lead with magic.
Yeah, seriously, it's literally just how to fix a band-aid.
How
Like,
no.
to cast
Make
a
droid.
spell.
make droid.
My
fix
friend is
the-
choking. I need the Heimlich maneuver. Like,
Have you
let me
tried?
tell you why the Heimlich is exactly like a steam engine.
Have you tried putting your hand on their mouth and casting gust down their throat?
I was just gonna say that. It was exactly what I was gonna say.
Oh my
Please state the nature of your medical emergency, and I will give you a bad advice for it.
god. Oh my god.
God.
I feel like these become like meme machines for the populace.
Mhm.
So many
Yeah.
people die.
Okay, so
Well, no, they all come with like potions of cure wounds, so it's like you can ask, but at the same time, you're like, all right, I'll administer this.
The last 5 seconds is, or you can use this potion that I've already supplied.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking God.
Dennis supports a can-do, try-it-yourself attitude, but also we just fund enough that there's healing salves and
Hi,
things in
everybody.
the kit that work.
It's
Yep.
just the first aid kit. That's like survival rule number 1.
Mhm.
Welcome back
Um,
to my DIY channel. Today we're gonna DIY solving someone choking to death.
Evie, I know that you wanted to take a ship out for an evening. Uh-huh.
An evening.
Um,
Sunrise.
Evening.
So the opposite of an evening, an anti-evening.
Yes.
Also known as a night.
Wouldn't it be a day?
I know. This is the bad joke.
Oh.
Not all of them can be killers, like making a steam engine in the arcane futuristic society that's going on.
Hey, you
Nope.
don't know.
You are able to take out the old ship. Well, probably not Hex's ship, but like a different ship that your crew probably has that you know how to maintain. You wake up your crew early in the morning and be like, "Hey, come on."
Boat goes out for a sunrise expedition, and everyone gets to watch the sunrise.
We can say that's similar to the same morning. Again, the weird thing about the mornings and the nights too is that like you're still dealing with snow in the sky. So after this morning where you're dealing with snow in the sky, later in that day, Corinne contacts Lee to come and try talking to them, and Lee's like, "I don't know what you're looking for me for. That person's got your mission," and points out the window, and you see your good old friend Saluzan.
That's right.
With
We got
Minnie.
fucking horror movied by some dude at the very end.
I
Like,
forgot about that.
He's there.
So he forgot about it again, even though he was the cliffhanger at the end of last session.
oh
Yeah,
my
we
god.
still forgot about him.
That's
This guy.
Sorry, Malen fucking tried to
God bless.
block that out of her memory because she was fucking traumatized twice in a row
Yeah,
Mhm.
by
Malen,
weird quest givers.
yeah, Malen, you never met this person before. This individual with
I'm not gonna remember him.
an eye patch, a big beard, brown hair overall. Seems to be like an elven dwarf combo of some sort. Has a little
Well,
raven perched on his shoulder, and carries a berdiche, which is basically just like an elongated axe blade, with a very short.
mad respect.
And like sees you guys sitting around, comes up to the window and just kind of leans on it. It's like, "How y'all doing? Been a while. You guys rescued me a while ago."
Who the fuck are you?
Except maybe you. You're new, I think. Hi, Salazan.
You're the
Malen,
drunk
this is
asshole that we dragged around.
Malin,
What?
this is not Laz. Salazan, this is Malin.
That's not my name. Yeah, that's my name. Yeah. I hung out with these guys for a short while. I don't remember a lot of it. It was a rough.
Yeah, because you were
Okay.
drunk for most of it.
It was a rough time for me. I had to do like 30 days of sobriety. I'm here. I'm clean as I
Oh,
can be.
Congratulations.
Thanks. You guys haven't been. You guys didn't really have a way to contact them, I guess. The
No.
aspects wanted to see if you were free.
We've been waiting for the call.
Yeah.
Well, hi. You hear Minnie just sigh on his shoulder. Like, they send their regards. They also wanted to actually send a method of allowing you to travel over to them. And so it was like, all right.
What is that?
Pulls out a. God, I can't remember what this item is called. Vinny has to actually remember what that is called.
How pissed does Dennis look right now? Out of curiosity.
He's actively mocking him the whole time, but mostly quietly.
Malen, who
See him
has
in the
zero
background
frame
just
of
being like-
reference, it's like, what is happening? What is going on? Is the guy made of light still here?
No.
Oh, okay.
Aw, I didn't get to say goodbye.
Yeah, you did. We literally talked about him
Oh,
turning
did
back into yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Um,
I do love the image of just Dennis with like fuming and steam coming out of his ears next to a literal engine that's also got steam coming out of it.
pulls out what looks to be a small rolled up rug, and just hands it to anybody who wants to take it. It says, you guys can all stand on that rug and go over to them once a day. Also come back once a day. Has two uses basically. It just brings them straight to the castle that they were at that you guys.
So one round trip per day, infinitely.
Yes. Those words.
Okay.
And it's a rug.
Yeah, you unfold it. I'll stand on it. Say the magic words.
You know, I've been doing some reading. I know, shocking, but I've been looking up. Like, I've been researching, my cleric stuff, and do they know the sending spell? Like, this seems really elaborate.
Oh yeah, this was just a method for you guys to like get to them if you ever needed to. If you wanted to then just message you in your head, you could have just like prayed to them. Something.
Well, listen, I don't know about you, but I follow one deity, and their name is Helm. So
But I mean, I would assume deities are okay with you praying to other deities. I don't know if it's that monogamous, but I guess that's.
are
I
you
guess
kidding? That seems wrong.
I
Love the fact that, like, Corinne's like,
It's
I don't know how we're gonna get in contact with
complicated.
these people. Like, I don't know, like, what are we gonna do? It's like, you could just,
That gets
pray to them.
complicated because
I don't think so.
No, that
when
doesn't seem right.
To be respectful.
Really, a
about it.
sending spell is what we need.
And you gotta expect manners, because I can't guarantee it.
Do any of you have third level like bard, cleric, or wizard spell? Oh, so Malen does.
No.
Malen's the only one who would maybe have sending. And is the only one who hasn't met any of these fuckers.
It's also
third level spell.
I didn't say I could do it yet. I said I was reading.
I know. I was thinking about it though. I was like, could anybody actually send sending? But I don't think any of you have that capability.
Nope.
Maybe eventually. I've been
I
thinking of
have-
taking more cleric levels, but
I think
We'll
the
see.
only cleric spell I have is Cure Wounds.
Fair enough.
I don't have that.
Nope.
I don't know.
Cleric.
The only reason I have a second level spell is because I took a bear totem.
Yeah, my classes don't. My classes, the only spell I get is because I'm a freaking elf. Or
Multiclassing, folks, it is a very fun thing, but it can potentially limit you when no one in your 14 level party has a third level spell.
all my spells are like level
Jacks!
1, and they're all
It's
they're all
just,
keep
Jacks do-
nonsense.
Sorry.
Look at all this, like, frantic self-defense
Yeah, I was
happening
gonna
at
say,
the
both
top
of
here.
you-
Level 1 cleric.
yeah, you both arguing over each other definitely doesn't help your case in any way, shape, or form, let me tell you.
4 jocks who adopted 1 nerd.
That's right.
Yeah.
This is basically why you have Ponthorax and Malen
Exactly.
now. It's
Yeah.
just like you have your people who can cast the sendings and the teleport.
We don't need to multi-class, intelligently. We have money.
Speak for yourself. I multiclassed very intelligently.
Look, you can Nova people. It's very terrifying. Also, you should roll your divination. It's probably been a while since you've had a pair.
Yeah.
Alex, what's your class to subclass ratio, though? How many
7, 7.
Okay, so you
7
managed to
subclasses?
subclass in all of them?
Oh wait, no. Ooh, I'm short of artificer, so 6 out of 7. Artificer next level, I get it.
God, that's so much to keep track of.
Yep. There's
It
a
is.
reason he plays this character once a month now.
Ooh, 19 and a 16.
There you go. That's pretty good. But yeah, so yeah, you guys are able to choose. You can just use the thing, but he's like, and I also had potential parameters for 3 separate things depending on what interested you guys. They're different levels of importance. It kind of depends on what you guys want to be doing right now.
Second one.
So you have 3 jobs, and the aspects have a job for us?
No, the 3 jobs are the jobs from the aspects. It just depends what one you want to handle, because whatever one you don't handle, we'll probably send one of our other groups of people to handle.
Huh.
It's the most
Alright, well,
important.
We'll lay
The
him
one
out.
that the other
guess.
group won't fuck up.
I don't know. I don't know if I can judge that correctly. I'm gonna just tell you what the 3 are, and you guys can decide.
We'll probably finish them so quickly you won't even need the other groups.
No.
I mean, that would be great too. So if that's also a thing that's on the table, yeah.
Then do them all.
The first one, Minnie, can you show graphics? Minnie comes forward, does the hologram thing. So, because she actually has some spell casting, so Minnie throws up a hologram.
Raven?
Yep, a little raven.
What?
Yeah,
It's a whole thing.
it's a whole
Don't-
thing.
Don't
Raven-
oh gosh, I go over to Malen, our squishy wizard, and I put my hands on her shoulders and I say, whatever you do not make a sudden gesture towards that bird. It will kill you.
As Venice just flips it, the bird just
Malin's like surprisingly like taking this in stride more than she's taking literally any like the bird is the thing that she's like understandable.
Yeah.
Everything else she's just like but she like so badly wants to just talk to this raven and be like, hey man, like what's going on? But she's like keeping it all inside, but she's like vibrating. She's like, I want to talk to this bird. That is magic.
Yeah, Minnie's eyes glow.
Yeah, you have a lot in common, don't you?
Yeah, Minnie's eyes glow and like runes go around her beak for a moment as the spell of like a major illusion shoots out, so you guys can have graphics that go along with the explanation. And a world map is presented to you guys, which we don't currently have, but eventually, hopefully, I'll actually get that fucking made. And where you guys are is fairly center to the equator, a little bit east. Where your home base is. You guys know that the home base of the aspects that you've met is way into the north, like top north, like in the tundras, in the ice cold, like really, really far away. You see 3 little dots, your 3 quest tokens appear on the map. One of them is in the same continent combo that Avali is in. It is in the bottom portion, and in that bottom portion, a like necrotic green and purple circle is forming. And over here in this near this mountainous area, there is a druid that's slowly been getting corrupted over time, and it currently holds a relic from a one of the deities, one of the aspects, an ancient weapon that they had. It was a sword made from a black dragon. We think either the weapon is doing it or something else near them is corrupting them, and if there is a method you would like to take care of this individual, whether it is friendly, violent, non-violence, your method is your choice. Retrieve the weapon so we can cleanse the relic if there's something wrong with it, or just take it back. And then make sure that the area is okay and the landscape is left preserved. Is that hand raised? Right
Yes.
there. Okay. Probably.
Is this anywhere near like my migration path?
Yes. It's
Is this a druid territory that I might be aware of or familiar with?
it would be a druid. Actually, both you and Corinne would know this area fairly well because it's not too far from the mountain range that the sanctuary, the monastery of the sun and shade, shine and shade. I don't know the yin yang
Sunshade.
sanctuary. Yeah,
And Shade sounds like a really crappy spot.
yeah. And your area where you go through, or where the areas that you would have migrated a decent amount. There are circles of druids of different types that could have been there. There's a chance you know this druid. It is a furbolg, it's explained. One who has lived way past his prime. He's in like his 200s at this point.
Shit.
Which means as a druid must have been a very powerful one, or is a very powerful one if he's living to that age when the normal lifespan for furbolg is not near that.
Yes, never mind.
And they have a sword that's messing him up.
There is a relic in the person's possession that either could potentially, if the relic is corrupted, be causing it, or there might be something else. But this relic is important to get back as well. So it's twofold. Both it's the cleansing of the natural area from whatever is going on with him, and cleansing him by whatever means you guys decide to are important, but also retrieving this item is important because it belongs to one of the aspects that you've met. Not that you've met, but part of the group. Part of the clique.
Okay.
That is one. The second one, an island that's not incredibly far away from you guys comparatively. This thing's on the other side of like a whole continent or two away. This one is in the general sea area. Off of a small island, you see a white circle appear for your little quest token, and you watch as the shape of a multi-headed pale beast comes out, and says, and Minnie speaks up and says, "This creature is known as a false hydra. It is a terrifying creature that we have only just recently found out about. It is very hard to perceive its existence, and it actually has the capability of erasing the existences of other creatures that it consumes, destroying their memory. This creature, we've found either a den of them or whatever was a layer of something that is creating these things. And there are dozens of these beasts, and they are pulling out and invading different cities." You see all the heads, all the no shaking over in the corner.
I think Alex wants to do that one.
I think he
I
exactly.
think Alex wants to do that one. I think we should do that one.
Nah, I'm not about it.
Unanimously. Hey, that is not a place for you, sir.
You know what we could do with that one? We could do with that one. We could just send an airship and just fucking from the
Then
sky.
forget.
The airship die?
Shoot it from orbit. Kill
Yeah.
it. Don't look at it. Don't touch it. I hate you, Vinny. Thanks.
From the atmosphere. We just send rain fire on whatever is over there, and we call it a net win.
We take some gasoline. We take some styrofoam. We make some napalm, and we just drop it.
Drop it
I'll
all
start
over
making
that
that
place.
right now.
So Ozan just like looks between you guys like, if you don't want to do that, that's fine. We can take care of that one if that's not.
Nope, because you'll go and then people will forget you again. So you're gonna take a ship, we're gonna load it up with explosives, and we're gonna drop it on that spot.
Okay.
We're gonna blast it to hell. That's what we do.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. The end.
You know what I
That's it.
think? You know what I think that region needs? Wait, you said it was on an island?
It's an underground caverns throughout an island. There's a couple towns on there. Yeah, what a
We don't need that island then.
Cool. Tactical
will save-
landscaping.
We
That's
will
what we're doing.
save.
You
That's
know-
Save the lot.
tactical landscaping.
That's a former island. That's a, you know what that is
And-
now? That's a lagoon.
And
Yeah.
any humanoids, any animals will be saved before we blast it.
Nope. No.
At this point, they're
It's
probably
too late.
already lost.
Yep.
Listen,
That's it.
I mean, there are
I-
still living humanoids on that island.
Oh,
Not anymore.
shame for them.
It's-
That's rough.
Oh, no.
I need to ask: is Corinne actually saying this?
Kind of.
No.
False hydras are not to be messed with. This is something that, like, she's heard horror stories from.
Mm,
Back
wouldn't
to
have.
Monastery.
wouldn't
I'm
have.
definitely giving if Corinne is like seriously backing down from this knowingly, like knowing that there are people on the island, Grom is definitely giving her kind of a look like,
Evie's response
"Are
is
you
to
giving me
get
shit for wanting
the
to relocate
living things out
people?"
before we blast it to oblivion.
Like, don't get me wrong. Dennis just like, nah, don't get me wrong. But that's like fighting the concept of darkness. No. Nope.
But the two of you are
Nope.
constantly running
Nope.
towards the darkness.
What if? Hear me out.
So you're
One of us
okay.
plays bait. You tie a rope to that person. The Hydra
Not
grabs that
you.
person, and then everybody else gets dragged along. And then they're
No,
like,
because-
surprise!
No, because you know what happens is that person gets eaten, and then we're standing around going, "What do we have this rope for?"
Yeah, we forget you exist. You're
No.
gone. Just
Or
know,
we
we
play,
can't
or we
forget-
play this
Hey,
like we
you
did
know
with
what we
the
can't forget? An
the-
orbital laser.
Wait,
We can't
Yeah.
forget that.
Yeah.
Fuck steam engines. We should have been making orbital lasers.
And Dennis
All right.
immediately just pushes the steam engine over and starts going nuts.
I mean,
We're doing
from this
space magic
distance,
satellite.
Listen, Salusan, not Laz. Can I talk to you honestly? If you want to send a group of adventurers to die against this thing, that's fine, I guess. And then when we finish this druid thing, which seems kind of important to me, it's in my backyard. We'll deal with that, and then we'll just swing on over with an airship and take care of whatever is left of that island. And it won't be much, because that island is gonna sink. Because that's how you deal with false hydra. You just, it's gotta go.
What about all the people on the island?
Fuck 'em.
They're gonna get eaten, and we're gonna forget about them.
I love. This is my favorite time. I've never seen a party so split over something, and this is hilarious.
So Graham has been telling Bear, translating for him this whole time. And if I can just like take over the autonomy of Bear for a moment, and I think Bear would say, "All right, so why don't you take care of that other shit and send like small, sneaky parties on smaller, faster boats to go get the people off of the island, bring them back, like to either this island and have more help, or over to like the mountain that we made better,
or literally anywhere else but there.
anywhere else
I
but
think-
there."
I mean, I guess. All right, all right.
I will
I'm
say,
gonna, I'm gonna
we're
Giving you
gonna-
I'm gonna
shit
push.
about it.
you two
It's-
you guys are like your player brain is seeping into your characters a little
Yeah.
bit. I don't mind
Yes.
that your characters have
I'm gonna-
horror stories about hydras, because false hydras, there are horror stories about them. They're rare
Okay.
because most people don't survive contact with them, but the
Yep.
ones that you do know of are probably this terrifying that your characters have a reason to be afraid. But let's dial
I'm
it
gonna make a
back
courage check.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I'm gonna
let's
make a
dial it
courage
back
check.
a bit and remember who your characters are.
I
Yep.
think, like, at
Dennis
the idea
knows.
of like knowledge being lost in any way, shape, or form, Malen is like actively upset. Malen is like, I thought you guys were supposed to be like the fucking big wigs of the whole world. Why are you fucking backing down from a Hydra just because it's kind of spooky? Like,
Well, first
I'll
of all,
take
I'll
care of
say
it. Fuck.
Orb
It's
laser is a
more-
big move. However,
It's more we're bickering about how to do this
I think
as opposed to
we have
You're
to. We
backing
have
cutting
to
a whole
down.
bunch of people's stories short for what? Because you're scared? Like,
No,
if you
here's what
want
we
me to
do.
go deal with it, I'll go deal with it.
Here's
It's not
what
a
we do.
We're
problem.
not going to
we,
deal with
strat-
that one.
we strategize,
Malen
right?
was never heard from again.
We say, yeah, and then we forget. Oh, who's his book belong to? Anyway, no, what we do.
That's why
is
we
we
write
make-
it down.
We base all our orders not around people, but around actions. And we send. Oh wait, the robots can't forget shit. We tell the
mean-
robots. We have
Yeet.
them go on the island. They collect
The
everybody.
people.
And the robot's only order is get the people in the boat and then take the boat back. If there are no people, take the boat back. Which means if the robots go and people are like, "Come on, we don't want to go from our homes," and then they don't want to come, or if the people get eaten and then the robots forget about them, then all that happens is the robots bring back empty boats, and we go, "Oh, everybody was gone anyway." And we don't base it on go get this person. We say go here, make this announcement, and then take the boat back after X amount of
Actually-
time.
That is a very good idea. Except it should be, because they are just mindless automata, it should just be go get all those people, because if they stay there, they're dead. It doesn't matter if they have homes, their decisions are no longer their own.
Yeah,
Like
they're not able to make like
They're living, they're
Full
coming, they're
decisions.
getting off that island.
Yeah.
So
and then we space laser it.
yes.
Once everything is evacuated, space laser it to oblivion.
Yes.
You guys don't have a
Maybe
ship
you
with a
don't think
space
we're
later yet.
We have a space laser, don't we?
Dennis is working on it.
No,
No.
that was not in the list of requests. I have all the lists of requests. You guys have like cannons and crap. So if you guys want to sit on like your pirate airship and just continuously do cannon fire for like 7 days, we can see how much you kill. But like,
Sure.
Malen is like,
Okay.
she's like, she's writing up a bunch of like spell scrolls, and she's like sticking them in her bag, and she's like putting her knapsack on, and she's like, fucking fagging, fucking, oh god, Jesus, gotta do something right, do it, damn self. All right, I'm ready.
Ron just grabs her by the back of the shirt, just kind of
Ah!
lifts her up like half an inch, so not enough to like really unnerve her, but enough so that she can't walk away.
Yeah, her
you
little legs are
just-
just flailing in the air.
Because admittedly, like Grom is more interested in the druid mainly because it's probably a friend of his. 'Cause druids are the few people that he kind of gets along with, and he does want to deal with this Hydra thing because it's probably a problem.
But I think we just
But
figured
he's
out we
not
can
gonna stay isolated for very long now, I'm sure.
we can delegate the Hydra thing. We just send the
Yeah,
robots.
exactly. That takes time and litigation. So while time and litigation is happening, we can go deal with the other shit. And he's
Yeah.
kind of explaining this while holding the wizard so that she doesn't walk away and do something absolutely foolish for her intelligence level.
Listen,
Wow.
Malen's wisdom is a 10. Malen's
Oh.
intelligence is a 20.
Oh,
Mm.
well, that
Malen's courage
explains
is a
it.
20.
Yup.
So in like an hour,
Yes.
Malin will be like, "This is a bad idea." But right now, it's like, let's go.
when Malen's missing a leg and doesn't know why, she'll be like,
Nope.
"This is
Malin,
apparently a bad choice."
Listen,
Yeah.
Malin doesn't care
So-
that it's a bad choice. Malin has she says she's chaotic good, and I do agree to that. But she's definitely like, listen, any knowledge that is going to die
it's
cannot
not
be
going
allowed
to
to
die. We're gonna make sure of that.
Vinny, can I make a
However-
history check to see if this island matters at all?
Everything
Malin.
matters.
Logistics matter. We send the robots to rescue all of the living creatures.
Oh, man.
Then we go. In the meantime, there's other stuff that we need that needs our help, where we're not risking our lives and everything we've worked for.
Roll me a history check.
17.
And
It's the most important island in the world.
and
Must be saved.
Cradle of human civilization.
Correct.
I was about to say
Are
that
you
too.
telling me there's a false Hydra on top of the Library of Alexandria?
Fucking Bravo 6 going dark. Let's go.
It's called the Isle of Daffin. From what you know, it's nothing. They don't do it. They trade. They have some things of value for trade, but none of it's like it's not any material possessions. They have an abundance of I just forgot the name of this. They have a very specific type of goat that they have that has multicolored
Pashmina?
yeah,
Endangered species there. Grom is saving it.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
These specific mountain goats have it's basically what's used to make shift weave kind of for like outfit changes. Like their specific fur is used to make is helpful for illusion based materials. That's the only thing of note on there besides like a fairly meager population, which you assume is probably getting more meager.
Okay, goats and the few people left who don't even remember why they live there, probably, maybe.
The goats are enough for Grom.
We just show up, we say, hey, guess what? We are part of a endangered species protection agency, and we're relocating you and your goats to this brand new mountain range. Oh, look, it's perfect for you. Here you go.
And you're gonna
the
destroy a whole
goats.
ecosystem in the process?
No.
No, we're going to
Yes.
destroy a hydra
We're gonna
den, which is
destroy a
not an
hydra.
ecosystem we want to promote.
Other animals live there.
Yes, we're saving the animals. That's the point.
We're
All
saving
of
the
the
goat.
animals?
If
Yes.
a chipmunk goes down with the island, I mean,
Evie is right there with Gromon. If that
really,
if-
Evie?
all
Really,
it-
Evie? The
E-
chipmunks?
life cleric. If it doesn't need to
So am
die,
I.
Evie's gonna
Look at
try to
this
save
cat.
it.
What if this cat was on that island? This cat
Look
is.
at that. Does that cat-
No, look at him.
Hey,
Sorry.
you know what is really bad for any animal's health? A false hydra den.
Yeah.
Precisely. Hence,
I like
we
it.
get
Think
we,
it's
eva-
the end of it.
This dragon's gonna burn your house down.
we
So we're gonna burn
evacuate.
your house down first.
I
No,
was
we
saying-
evacuate.
With the
started,
dragon inside it.
started opening up his pack and is currently looking for some weed to start like crushing up and smoking. He's like, this is stressful. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's been clean
you know
for
what?
a while. You guys are stressing
Vinny.
him out.
Vinny.
Malen's gonna take
Evie's
whatever it is he's
Evie's
holding.
gonna
and, like, just
Evie's
take it
actually
from
gonna
him.
try and steal it from him.
Oh
Cool.
yeah, that works too.
Okay, I was
Oh, is it difficult to be present, Saluzan? Oh, are you having a
Evie's,
hard time
Evie's
being
basically
checked
going to
in?
Evie's going to take all of Salazar's illicit substances away and see if I can do it without him noticing.
TSA pat down
well,
without noticing.
He's in the middle of
Yeah.
rolling a
I
joint, so I don't know that you.
I don't care. I'll bet that one out of his hand.
All right,
I'm
cool.
sorry, are you
Ma-
having a struggle with this one meeting you're conscious for? We've been saving the world!
Malen distracts him by taking the weed from his hand while Evie takes
I'm
the rest.
okay with that. Evie, roll me a sleight of hand with advantage. We'll say Malen's helping you.
That
It's like, buddy, you just
is-
said you were sober. Like, come on, man. Like, let's not back wheel now.
Yeah.
That's a 21.
He's like, well, I already knew this wasn't going to be a great situation, but the talk that you guys are having, you guys are arguing very violently about whether or not you think people should live or die, and that's just really concerning.
I know.
Normally it doesn't go this way.
Were you not paying attention to us
Conversation.
before?
I'm lost.
I mean,
Like,
not really. I was drunk and high. I was.
Precisely.
God.
So
Malen
no,
is
we're not
holding
letting you
his-
go back there.
Like, weed hands, like, out of his way and is like, listen, literally yesterday or a couple days ago, a week ago, we, like, literally jumped off a fucking blimp into a dragon den to save literally nothing because there was no one there. And now suddenly a big snake with magic powers is too much for these people. So I'm very confused, just as much as you are.
I just look at Dennis.
Dennis is over here like still drawing the laser, and every once in a while just stopping, looking up, going,
Yeah.
Malen looks at the bird and is like, is it always like this?
Minnie nods and says, yes, he has a hard time with a few things. But also, this seems to be kind of what this group does. Although, I've never seen all of them this at odds with each other the last time I was around.
Yeah, last time it was very simple. It was like, we're going to jump off a boat
Let's
and
try.
we're going to land and then we're going to kick someone's ass and then we're going to leave. And now
It's-
suddenly it's not that easy and I don't understand why.
It's simple. We can fight an air dragon. We can't fight a false hydra.
Yes, we can.
It's- no. You can't.
No.
Nope.
No.
Well, that's why. Hence why we're going to evacuate everything from
With
the false
robots.
hydra, and then with the robots, and then blow the hydra
none of us get
into
eaten.
oblivion.
If none of us get eaten and we're all together, and we just kill the hydra.
No. So
But that's the thing. If someone gets eaten in the group, we don't know they
Yeah.
got eaten
So-
because we
so-
forget them
This is-
immediately.
So no one else has
it's
to like
worse.
yell over each other. I'll say Minnie shows you some slides that explain what a false hydra does.
Yeah.
False hydras, as long as one of the many faces that they have is singing, unless you roll a very good check of some sort, you can't perceive its existence, and the second it takes hold of anybody, like grabs onto a person, that person doesn't exist. You cannot perceive that person's existence or their history with you. So like if you had a daughter and a false hydra grabs your daughter, you don't remember having a child. You remember
You
having
never have one.
you remember having, maybe you tried to have a child at one point, but maybe you either like died in childbirth or something happened, but you don't know. But for some reason, you have an extra bedroom that has this small bed in it and all these pretty coloring books, but you have no idea why that stuff exists and why that's in your house anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So the scary part of false hydras is that once one or even more begin invading a population, people go missing and no one remembers that these people exist or that they ever existed. But now there's vacant buildings. For some reason, there's an empty barber shop that looks like it was open yesterday, but there's no barbers anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
In
ghost
fact,
barber.
there's never been a barber in town. It's weird that that barber shop exists there.
Yeah, Minnie shows you the projection and like shows you like some scenarios like this and explains a little more of what these things are. And she's like, and there's supposed to be a dozen or so of them on this island, so it's very concerning.
A dozen
Yeah, so-
hydras?
All right. So
Hey,
Probably
table
just
talk.
one.
Above the table talk. This is Natalie saying this. I do not want to play a false hydra mission. I
okay.
just
Okay.
flat out don't want to
Yeah.
do it. They're
Yeah.
not fun. It's like
Okay.
it's designed to be a shitty game for the players, and like it's a fun concept, I guess. It sucks to play. It just fucking sucks. So
Mhm.
like
I
we can do
100%
whatever
hear you.
evacuation we need to make Grom and Malen happy, but like I, Natalie, am not gonna go to that island as Corinne and play that game.
It-
I just
Oh,
don't
it's
want to do
okay.
it.
Evie's
yeah.
my fun is we send the robots to evacuate everything and then remote send a laser to blow up what's left.
Yeah,
We don't need
it's fine.
Still don't have a laser though.
Well, it's the same thing. If False Hydra game is very difficult to play and it's just rough. And unless
It's
we're like
not a fun thing to do when we
unless
only
we're
have
like,
one game a month.
yeah, and
No.
unless it's like sixth dimensional chess playing,
No,
we're just not gonna win.
Yeah, this is
Um,
it was very fun when it took about 2 sessions during a full campaign. It was mixed in the middle and it was like a small subplot during an overarching thing. It
Yep.
definitely would not want to be a whole thing. This is being
Um,
offered to you guys if that was a thing you're interested in. If like at least 2 of the members, which we were saying at least 2 people just do not want to play it, then this can just be an option where either you guys send another squad to do some aerial stuff, or the aspects send their other crew to go do it. There's other
Cool.
people to handle it, which is fine. You haven't even
Also,
heard the
if out
third
of game
mission
people
yet,
don't want to
actually.
do it, you don't have to do it. I'm not going to force people to play a game that they don't want to play.
Yeah.
Also,
But-
knowing
Ditto.
that there's multiple false hydras.
Yeah,
No.
but Malin and Evie's and Grom's points, invalid points to save what life is on there, have been heard, and whatever party goes to save that island will keep that stuff in mind, because those arguments have solidly been made. So don't worry about that.
Okay.
and just as
Malin
a,
is.
no, go.
Yeah, go ahead. No.
Okay, so just as I mentioned, we are now an organization. So like I know he's throwing all 3 at us and we just want to do them all, but this is very much one where we're like, well, we have the solution. Send golems in, get all the people and the goats out, and then send in the paw golems to
Save
just
them
rip the
goats.
heads up and rip them open and be done.
Mhm.
And that would just be the best thing because the golems don't need memory. In fact, they can't even hear, which
Yeah, the
actually
golems
you
don't need a
need.
sound
Yeah.
system.
Two
So
two things.
Well-
One, we're gonna stop using the word golems for multiple reasons. 2, we're using the
Yes.
words
Okay.
automatons, and 3, they do have like sensory factors, like a little bit. Like they have some things. They are creatures technically, so there are
Okay.
like there's still going to be probably some issues. But if you lose like 10 droids versus like you guys, it's still a
Mhm.
better deal.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, they are automatons. We're trying to use language that is
No,
not
I got it.
insensitive to certain people.
Correct.
100% get it. Okay, but that's
Alright.
the only real argument. Is like this clearly feels like let someone else do
And
it.
there's a reason why there are multiple things being presented, is because you are an organization now, and the aspects are like, hey, you guys can handle a lot of things, whether it's you or the people. Here's some shit. What do you guys decide you want to do is what you decide you guys want to
What
do.
is option 3?
Delegate.
Hey, we didn't even get to option 3.
No, we
shit.
didn't. We started
No.
arguing.
What? You guys started arguing? No, that's
Never.
crazy talk. I have to actually pull up the thing. Sorry. Things. There we go. We need to find a necromantic diviner, someone who uses both the power of necromancy, but is also using the power of foresight to help shape some of the reality. The name of this individual is Laz Gromek. Supposed to be a prophet of some sort. The aspects would like to see if his powers could actually help them with potential future scenarios.
That's Laz. Laz.
Laz Gromek?
Laz?
Laz Gromek. Minnie says again, being like, I'm just saying the name I was given.
Laz? And Gromagul? Or Laz Gromagul? Or Gromagul?
The name is Laz, first name, last name Gromek.
Vinny, do I remember what Laz's last name was?
Roll me an intelligence check, buddy.
I choose to fail. Because that's Dennis. If that's okay with you.
100%. I wasn't.
Never mind.
I was assuming it was gonna. Unless you used one of your divinations, I was gonna be like, probably not.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I can't.
no. Yeah,
While Malen's being held like this, she's gonna turn to Grom and be like, "Who's this Laz guy?"
I don't know. He mentions him all the fucking time, and we've never fucking met him. It was supposed to be this guy, but it's not.
Laz.
And this guy ended up being more forgettable than anyone else. So
Exactly.
Very nice.
I'm
The truth isn't always
trying
very
to be
nice.
nice, lass.
Yeah, that's fair.
Laz is an 8-year-old coot that trained Dennis how to do divination and also taught Dennis a bunch of things when he was really young. Dennis likes Laz a lot. Thank you.
yes, he currently is apparently stuck in a different dimension, a different plane at the moment. There was an argument apparently between him and somebody else, and yes, so it would be. We have the location of the portal, and the map comes to life again, and a blue, like water droplet token appears, and like in like the middle of the ocean, you see, it appear, and it's like apparently there is a way into the plane of water where a Merid once sent him. Still stuck there, apparently.
Dennis like plops the lantern and just points to it and goes, "That married."
What?
Dennis is vibrating. Like the chair is rattling. He's just
But yes, I mean,
Seems very important to him.
He seems really excited.
Yep.
I mean, he's always pretty excited, but like this is
This
the
is
most
a new
excited
and
I've ever seen him be. So
I think the only time I've seen him more excited was artificing the dog.
The what?
She's a
I
fox.
forgot about that.
No, there was a dog.
There was?
there's the giant.
It was
Oh, the big dog.
yes.
There was the big robot.
Because the
It
end
was-
result was Evie giving Dennis her pirate hat.
Yeah.
That nonsense.
Yep.
Well, he looks like he's about to plane shift just by vibrating, so maybe we should help him out.
Yeah.
I take the steam engine out of Dennis's lap and put it on the ground, and I say, Dennis, how how capable is Laz of like fending for themselves on a different plane of existence? I look at Minnie, I say, do you know what plane of existence he's on?
plane of water, I believe. In a
Mhm.
How long has he been there?
in a subplane of some sort. I think he made a pocket for himself when this happened. I'm just going off of what little I got divined from me from a diviner about the diviner.
Right.
It's a
So
lot.
priorities then. They just want to talk to him.
they want to see if he'll join. Well, preferably if he wants to join Dragon, because I'm sure it'd be very helpful for your own crew. But in general, wants to have him back on this plane as opposed to being stuck in a subdimension.
Sure.
So that way he could actually assist. Beyond the divining capabilities, he had a long history of having necromantic ties as well, which could also be very useful.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, y'all,
Did you just say
I
no?
no. I see a region of the world being fucked up. I see a region of the world being fucked up that we personally are not going to go to, but are still going to handle. And I see a friend who is, as far as we know, vibing in a bubble. So I think we go deal with the region in trouble and then go get our friend. And in that time, our global defense force can handle wiping an island off the map once we save everyone who lives there.
I think that's a good idea. And
Agreed.
as he sets Malen back down, he turns to her and says, "And I don't like to be nice to this prick because he lied to us multiple times and was not very clear about his motives. So I'm not gonna be very nice to him."
She points at him with his own blunt and is like, "He lied to you?"
Yes.
All the
Right.
time.
Just like massively. So
What?
yeah,
Oh my
you're kind
god,
of a
read the
prick.
room.
It's like you're realizing that it's like he's like listening. I was like, oh wait, they're talking about me.
Yeah.
No shit.
It's like, wait, oh, sorry. What did I do?
Retire.
Mhm.
I'm trying. I was told they sent me because they figured it would be a familiar face and be easier for you guys to speak to me.
I remember them, the snake lady and the other person. You, it's just like, are you in here?
Hey, you didn't tell us your bird was magic and that you weren't actually the one who was like
You didn't bother to
checking
tell us
on
you were just a fucking
things.
drunk.
What? I mean,
And then then you took the fucking artifact and disappeared without any actual like explanation. So
Mhm.
you had you clearly had a motive that we didn't know about.
oh
So.
yeah, there was that. Well, I mean, I was
Yeah,
I was
of course.
sober at that point, though, so that was
That is not reassuring to me.
That makes
No.
it worse.
that's fair. Okay, well, I mean, you have the method to contact them. Is there a specific one you know you're doing, and I can go tell them, or?
We're gonna go help this Furbolg.
Okay.
You know what?
We're gonna help the Barbolg.
Agreed. However,
No, we're gonna help Dennis's friend because I
I
think he's capable enough to vibe in his vibe. What's his vibe mean, by the way?
Bubble?
Gromagul
I'm
just
going
says
to
vibe.
take
And I need you to explain this 'cause he's not any help at all.
I'm going to take a piece of parchment. I'm going to write all of this down, and I'm going to hand it to him and tell him to give it to them because I don't trust something not. I'm being paranoid.
Something not translating well.
Yes.
Fair enough. He's like,
Hence, it's good to say whatever the party agrees on.
I got it. Puts it in a pocket, folds it up nice and neat. In a pocket by itself, nothing else is in there. He's not going to drop it when he reaches for his wallet.
He's gonna roll it up into a blunt by accident.
Oh my
Nope.
god.
I was thinking about them being like, oh, awesome, some new rolling paper. But
Nice.
inside-
Just rolls up our message to the gods into a joint.
He made sure there was no
Like,
more
you know
drugs.
how, like, in some, like, spirituality and, like, witchcraft stuff, you, like, burn it to, like, send the message away? It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it worked. They got it. But also, they're all very chill now.
Oh my god.
Typical knuckleheads.
That's such a method. I would love that.
Which, by the way, I think is the only name Gromagul actually remembers of him, Saluzan. So
Which
in
one?
his Saluzan.
Oh, you actually remember his name? Okay, cool, nice.
No, I remember his name. I'm pretty sure that Gromagul only knows him as Notlaz.
At least 2 or 3 of you have been calling him Notlaz, and he's like, that's not my name, but it's fine.
That
legit don't
is
know his
an
name.
accurate description.
Yep.
Evie remembers that his
all.
name is Alazan. Evie just doesn't give a fuck.
That's fair. He takes the notes.
I appreciate that.
Well, I will bring this back to them. Do you guys need any help on your mission? Or are you guys good?
Once
From you?
once we gather some supplies, we're good.
Yeah, we got this.
Cool. All right. Have a good one, guys. See you next time. Just starts walking away.
Hey, proud of you. Keep up the good work.
Thanks. You're really nice. Thank you.
Sometimes shitty people just need a little bit of support on the road to being slightly better people.
He's got the
he
birds supporting him just fine.
That guy needs a farm and a leash.
That's a little extreme,
what's
I
don't you
need to
think?
add
for?
blunt to Malen's inventory.
To keep him on the farm.
Add mystery blunt. If you decide to do
Mystery blunt?
something with it, let me know.
Okay, we'll do. Mystery blunt.
Randomly give you haste or something.
Randomly cast slow on myself.
But even with
Yeah.
even with haste, could Malen keep up with the monks?
Probably.
Probably with haste.
No.
They're like,
They're like, no, but it's like, no, it doubles your speed and then you have an extra action. 100% probably good.
All of a sudden, fucking fast as like wizard.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So you guys have the designated one that you want to end up doing. Is there any pre-planning that you guys would... Does anyone need a break? Do you guys anyone want to take a quick, like, 5-10 minutes?
I need like 2 minutes.
Cool. We're going to take a quick 5 minutes, guys, and then we're going to continue some planning and get ready. All right. We'll see you in a little bit. Trees, and it's like, those could make some cool toys.
Yeah.
Some good wood.
Yeah,
Some nice
like
bark.
that would make a good grave. Like I think the justification is that would make a good grave. Where I would not bury somebody there.
Don't bury somebody into that dirt. Don't do it.
We're not burying anyone here. We can't kill anyone because we can't bury them
I
here.
want to know what justifies as bad dirt now.
Like if it's
You
not going to
should
be like
know.
good quality, if
Yeah,
it's not
nature-
going to, yeah, you would know
No,
too.
not as Lyra.
Wait. Neither of us belong here. And that's it.
It's fine. It was. I belong here. Look, I had a long Sunday. Is it? We don't belong in the Undercity. We don't belong on Wishfall. We don't belong in Vagari. Can you be more specific, please? There's just like a lot of different places.
She will spend 3 first level spell slots to answer. I'm gonna kill you,
At least
Vinny.
you're about to get your rest.
Yeah, no, thank fuck.
I still think we should put in the fine print that, may induce death later on if you don't come up with the good catchphrase and transform properly.
All right, I'm coming around on this.
That's what I heard from our first meeting. So,
Must
I
be
mean,
okay
I'm all
with
for
hair
it.
color changes, and sometimes skin tone color changes, and sometimes physical species changes as well. We don't know. What if you pull the dog card and someone turns into a dog?
Okay, I'm back in.
That's gonna be confusing.
And hang out and have some family time crossover. Yeah, you're able to.
I mean, might as well teach them how to do it. I mean, it doesn't hurt to know how to make a healing potion.
Yep.
And remember, a family that heals together feels together.
Family that fights together might die together.
This is also potentially true.
Regardless, someone's gonna take a knee.
As you guys get to spend some time.
First of all, the Ivory Queen has some ways to get us out of the city. From here, that might be easier to get to than the greenhouse, especially considering how far the greenhouse is from us, and the fact that we neglected to remember that the city sells watermelon that lets you see through invisibility and disguise self. So...
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. There's magical fruit. It's kind of normal now, so I kind of forgot to think about it. But there's magic fruit that makes you do all wonder of things. It's really, really fun. But one of those is see, basically into the ethereal plane.
I can't fucking wait to leave this place. What the fuck is this fucking hellscape?
But it's so
where you've got
interesting.
weird ass magic fruit.
Don't make me full name you, Mel. What the fuck? Is this where Kellenborn died,
Hi.
Vinny?
I just remembered that and I got really sad.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I was right.
Not right here, but
But in this place.
He died here?
He said
Not-
he
not
told
right
you
here,
that
but-
he died in a mining incident.
He died in the Melrin mines?
Yeah.
He said he was trying
Can
to
Sid
do-
have figured that out?
You got a nat 20 on your religion check. I will say
Yeah.
that, like, after a moment or two, you think about that. You're like some of the previous conversations run through your head. You think about this little kid who, like, and then you replay the story a bit of being like, and like as he turned like 15.
I mean, not to be a person of a singular track mind, but you know, that's the way the kid wants to go, is just down that one tunnel instead of laying out into these other ones. We can always check them on our way back, but
Did you just make a one-track mind joke?
yes, I did. Fuck off.
God. Awful.
Fen
Listen.
meows in annoyance.
I give him scritches.
George just happy to be alive.
Yeah,
George is
just hanging out, just
George is
trotting
just
along.
doing his
Goes up
best.
to Sid, hoping for some pets.
Oh, yeah.
Been a
Gets,
minute.
Sid just picks him up and he's like, oh, hi, buddy.
Oh my god.
Probably the least liked. Things that smelled awful, ratty mud off the street. And Onolove explained it as, if you give even the worst thing a chance to be better, there's a good chance it might happen. I really want, like, pixie form of, like, Eldritch Blast.
That's not me, though.
All right, Mickey Mouse.
You know what? Temerity's saying that to Aasimar.
I'm gonna be real. Have you ever held a weapon before?
Oh, many a weapon, you would be surprised.
That's. I'm not talking
You
about
set
your
it up.
dick. I am not talking about your dick or someone else's dick. I'm talking about something you could. Something.
Nothing you say
you could
is going to
stab
help.
with.
Nothing
Nothing
you
I've-
say is going to make it better.
Something you might potentially murder someone with.
Both of you to assume my
You can
part.
murder.
Thank you.
Connie, you can murder someone with a dick.
This is news to me.
Spoken like a true lesbian. Happy
think a
Pride Month,
lesbian-
everyone.
That doesn't count
I know
as a
it, but,
Scottish
like-
revolt.
Here, this is got multiple.
It doesn't.
This is such a problem tonight. Fuck. Anyway, the problem is it's because Kim keeps talking.
I guess I'll just shut the fuck up.
I guess I'll
Just
shut
do, like, your
fuck
bliss
up.
voice for Kid instead or something. Just use a different
No,
voice.
it's fine. It's fine.
Which bliss voice is the question?
Is one of them Southern?
No. I feel like Connie can't contribute to the conversation right now. She's just staring angrily at her wall, like fuming quietly. She's gone from angry throwing stage to just
Trying to figure out if I have like a stress ball or something. I don't think so.
I think a stress ball is kinda cutting.
I can. A barbarian can be used as a stress ball. I'm debating.
Here, and we're like, no, they just floated away and got. It wasn't. Unless she has some crazy magic, like people like are willing to testify, but you're probably gonna go to the police to just like have to explain some stuff. As this is going on, you all feel for the first time on Wishfall an earthquake.
The party is lightly interrogated, sees Leon tied up and exhausted. He was in magic people cuffs, like with all the fingers. It was fun. We are accepted into the tribe, given jobs and a place to stay for the night, and instructed to report back in the morning for more stuff. Scaldy runs into her brother, shoots him in the foot.
A classic.
They do a little
Classic
talking.
Scaldy.
Yeah.
That moment did become like a defining moment for Scaldy as a personality trait.
I do love I remember so clearly, it was like, you see your brother there, and then there's just this pause, and you had to be like, what do you do? And then the pause lingered, and then it was, shoot him in the foot. Just total throwaway.
I was thinking of which was the least damaging to shoot.
Because I'm not sure I understand.
Is she acting good because she thinks acting good is going to keep everybody together, or is she just acting good because she got it all out of her system the night before?
She got most of it out of her system, so she's mellowed out.
Okay, that's all I was asking. Mellowette? Like just a little mellow? A small mellow?
She's
mellowed.
You had to see that coming.
I'm hanging up now.
Hi, Mel.
I mean, there's people. There's not like a lot of people, but people.
Oh, I didn't know. I assumed we were the only 4 in the shop, so that's my mistake.
Well, I mean, his shop is kind of like an outdoor stall. Like again, he's literally like that guy from the opening from Aladdin, where it's like it's
Mel, the face.
My
I want that. I want that face as our new group chat.
Please no. Please no.
It's happening.
Seriously, me. We're fucking.
Funny
You're good.
It's funny as shit.
It hurts now.
Yeah, full stress to full laughter does that.
I'm gonna mute now. I'll be right back.
You go to your thing.
You get purple.
What?
What? Don't worry about it. Shh.
round. How are we feeling, guys?
I am not feeling good.
Just fucking peachy.
Cool.
Did I take any damage from that real quick?
Oh, you took 14 damage. Thank you for reminding me.
So happy to help.
Never remind him.
Hey, did we have homework last night?
That was.
I'm not drowning.
That was-
I am sleeping so good.
That was kind of the. That was kind of the energy that got tossed out.
We would have gone and done the fucking mudslide. That would have happened at some point.
It's Sid's favorite place. It is Sid's favorite place. Sid loves dirt.
It loves dirt.
It is the great paladin that swings a shovel axe. Of course, Sid loves dirt.
It was just the way you said it.
It was the way you said it.
Fantastic.
We're not
Sid loves
arguing the
dirt.
fact. It's just the.
It was the aggressive affection for dirt.
Is the love? I do have a question. Is the love for dirt greater than the love they have for Yvette? Because I don't think we've ever heard them talk about Yvette like that. It's like, I love you, and then I love dirt.
It's different. Dirt is like part of their
That's what they all
personality.
say.
Dirt is to Sid as necromancy is to Yvette.
Yes.
Like probably equal amounts of love, but it's.
You know what? Temerity's saying that to Aasimar.
I'm gonna be real. Have you ever held a weapon before?
Oh, many a weapon, you would be surprised.
I'm not talking
You
about
set
your
it up.
dick. I am not talking about your dick or someone else's dick. I'm talking about something you could. Something.
Nothing you say
Like you
is going to
stab
help.
with.
Nothing
Nothing
you
I've-
say is going to make it better.
Something you might potentially murder someone with.
Both of you to assume my
You can
part.
murder.
Thank you.
Connie, you can murder someone with a dick.
This is news to me.
Smoking like a true lesbian. Happy
think a
Pride Month,
lesbian-
everyone.
Right. No,
Funny
you're
shit.
good.
It's funny as
Look,
shit.
It hurts now.
Yeah, full stress to full laughter does that.
I'm gonna mute now. I'll be right back.
You go do your thing.
I still think we should put in the fine print that, may induce death later on if you don't come up with the good catchphrase and transform properly.
All right, I'm coming around on this.
That's what I heard from our first meeting. So,
Must
I
be
mean,
okay
I'm all
with
for
their-
it.
Hello, guys. We are back from break. It was a lovely break. We all did things and stuff and things.
And ice cream.
That is doing a stuff or thing. That fit into exactly what I said.
Ice cream is a noun.
Sometimes. But yeah, we are back now. Before you guys head off on this next adventure, is there any specific prep you'd like to do? Before you do tell me your prep, a quick thing about the area you're going to. Because you have Grom and Corinne, this is going to be a lot easier for you guys to understand this area of the world, or this specific continent. Is a lot of it, especially the area you're going to, is there's one very huge mountain range, which is not where they said it would be. That mountain range is very familiar to you, Corinne, and Grom, you do have to pass through that mountain range through some of their passes to go through your migration paths. Through your migration paths, which is why you probably know this a little easier and better, besides knowing druids fairly well. When you go down the southeastern side of the pathway to the base of the mountain, there is some very complex, dense forest areas, which is familiar to who you might be thinking of that this is. And it's the area that is lit up when they were showing you the map too. They specifically stated that it was like the southeastern part of the mountains, but it is in very dense forest. This forest is also magical, and Grom, because you've probably been through this area, you know that some of it is Matrix more than anything. It's just like, ha ha ha, we turned you around once. Or like, oh, there's a fey circle, don't step into it. Oh, you stepped into it, now all of your friends have to help you, or you're gonna be stuck in there as a fairy forever. Like, it's a lot
Avoid
of
the mushrooms herd.
yeah, there's like not a lot of deadly things, but some of them are like unceremoniously awful that they even exist. But so you know,
Not deadly,
mushroom.
but life-changing.
yeah, it's kind of like when you guys randomly went to this like giant like ritual section and just got magic powers. Like, there's potentially stuff like that in there, but also you could die.
Fine.
So yeah, that is the area you guys are going to be going to, is down to this path. It's actually honestly part of where the Earth Arc took off. This is kind of where a bit of the adventure all began, is in this path area, which is fun. So this forest area is probably your best bet from what's being shown on the map, or what was shown on the map, and what between Evie's map taking skills and you two who have the knowledge of the area can put together. So that's the knowledge you have to base on whatever you guys are going to plan the expedition on. So I'd love to hear what y'all want to do for planning.
How close are we to the monastery?
For the mission, or where you currently are right now?
For the mission.
For the mission, you guys would be like less than 15 miles away. Like, you guys would be pretty close.
It's about the area that Corinne and I met, right?
Probably. Like, most
Because
likely.
we met campaign.
Yeah.
Technically through Bear.
Yep.
As is where I meet most people.
This is actually a highly populated bear area. This might be where you originally met Bear, to be honest.
A barrier?
Yeah, it's a very, very, very place.
Okay. Well, I think
Evie
I
had-
want to like
trying so hard not
call
to laugh
ahead.
at that.
Would Evie have ever been here before? Or had a reason to be here before?
Probably not. Most of your journeys was you weren't really landlocked. Most of your stuff was out on the water, and even I mean, there's if you want to roll me a history check, just on the off chance that maybe you've been here, but realistically, it's probably not home turf.
I'll take that. I'll take the probably not and settle for uh trying to take as much notes as possible regarding the map of the area and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, you guys again. Y'all are trillionaires. You guys can find some detailed maps. It's not hard to just get maps. So
Yeah, so I want to call ahead and just get like I want to find out from Sun and Shade if they've been watching this or have intel on specifically the like effect of this whatever corruption thing is doing. Maybe we
sure.
land there first and like that's where we park the airship and then go, you know.
So you guys have that as like a set like point for you to like land at. Cool. Any additional pre-planning stuff that you guys want to have done or be doing or be done doing?
I mean, Malen's just researching forests and shit and things that she should be prepared to do.
Sure. Roll me investigation check.
Five. But plus 10, so 15.
I was going to say, how did you roll a 5? I know you have a higher at addition than that.
I rolled a 5. I have a 10 into investigation.
Cool. A quick little bit of knowledge dump on that. There's not a lot of it. Is the forested area that you're going to is known as the Forest of the Leaves of Twilight. Part of it might be just being a name based off of the fact that the Monastery of the Sun and Shade is there, or it might be depending on some of the magical properties that the leaves do have, which is when the sun hits them from certain directions, you get the twilight-esque color coming off of them. So even green leaves, if you hold them up to the sun, get almost like that like dusk or dawn color, like effervescent like color scheme on them, which is like gorgeous. There's also creatures here that kind of inhibit some of the existence of like the like Twilight area, not the movies or the books, but like, you know, the Twilight area of like one person smiled, that's all I needed. So thank you, Alex.
You got you.
Of existence where ghosts or creatures or spirits seem to be active in these forests for little periods during this area. It's also seems to at least be lightly Fey populated, so some Fey of certain courts could be here, or Fey folk from the Feywild that specifically are related to like Twilight might also be here. So with a 15, that's kind of the info you get.
Neato.
Grom's prep would be to stock up on health potions for him and Bear. And he would also ask the alchemist about, because he knows the area and he kind of can guess who this druid is. So he's gonna ask about anything that could help with like confusion or like basically wisdom boosting shit. Help to kind of ward against any fey, because if the druid is corrupt and it is kind of like feyish where he is, then he's gonna wanna guard against that.
Yeah. 100%.
Is there like a ranger in the court of Tenerol or the former court of Tenerol who we could bring with us to like help with navigating a warped landscape? Or is that something Grom can handle?
Most likely something Grom can handle, but I can see if someone has any additional expertise that might be.
I have a survival of plus 10.
I'm just gonna check one. Format. No, nothing particular in that area that would have that kind of expertise. Grom would probably be your best bet for that.
Okay.
He is highly skilled.
Yep. I don't doubt it. I just know there are some people who can like pinpoint somebody in a place if they know that place real well.
Fair. No, none of them, because Tinnerol is actually pretty far away from where this area is, so none of them would probably have direct expertise in there, and none of them are directly like ranger-esque, where those are their skills that they inhibit it. So, again, Grom probably has the highest skills in those area. Most of these people did end up being more city folk based on at least towards the end of their reign. Anyways,
Yeah, that's fair. Cool. Then that's all I can think of in a reasonable amount of game time.
Sure. Dennis, any wonderful prep that we can expect from you?
I'm looking at something, so skip.
Okay. Does anyone else have any additional small things they would like to check out? Is there specific item or two that you guys would like to make sure that you have? Is there anything? Just double checking before.
I mean, we restock all our potions with oh, I gotta find his name again. What is his name?
Your potion guy?
Yeah.
Your potion guy is Barry Brimble.
Herbal.
Oh, that's right.
Barry Burble.
Raspberry Brimble. Halfling alchemist.
Hey, you can just call me Barry. It's fine. You don't have to. You don't have to full name me like that. You're not my parents.
Oh my gosh, I love him so much.
Ooh, I like that.
Grom, actually, roll me a history check with advantage, just so if there is any knowledge you could have about this guy, you might have it in advance.
There, my dog.
You don't even have your dice out?
Don't ever yell at me. I have ADHD.
Oh my god, you have a mental thing that stops you from being perfect? How dare you? No,
Is there an item that lets us like
That's a
ward
bad roll.
away animals?
that lets you.
That's not a better roll.
I mean, you could get like a. Wait, no. I don't think
There's, like-
Demon's Tiny Hut comes in like a thing.
No, I'm sure there's like a potion of speak with animals or something that like you could do, but I think Grom also just does that.
Yeah, at will.
Okay.
It's a It's my like subclass barbarian.
Unless you meant like
Alright.
like a dog whistle, like reverse dog whistle, where you just scare everything
Yeah.
away.
Yes, that. I wanted to have like a thing that would like ward away all the creatures from this area so that
one.
when it cause inevitable collateral damage, they're not around.
I have one. An extra large brown bear.
Just,
That'll do.
Just lets
Fine.
out a horrendous roar that scares
He's
everything.
gonna pee on everything.
Yeah.
Or that, yeah. You guys just really fill them up with some liqueur and honey before you leave.
Yeah. Drink all this water. I need you to mark some territory.
Oh
Thanks.
my god.
Set the perimeter. Go.
Set a perimeter. Go.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyone
Yeah,
else
well.
besides that? Besides the
No.
territory marking?
That was all I
I'm
had.
so glad that I gave up all of my magical items for a bear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, when he can stand in for all these magical items, I'm wondering if they're available. Then yeah, it's great.
Hey, I'll let bear count as a magical item every once in a while. I'm down with that.
He is magical. Now he's just hanging.
Oh, I love him. He's great.
Bear is best companion.
Yeah.
I got an 8, by the way.
Nate? Cool.
Oh yeah.
You know that there's you probably have met a furball druid. That doesn't sound too out of your wheelhouse.
Must have been forgettable.
Yeah. Yeah, probably named Seluzan or something. You know, it's just forgettable name.
Some asshole.
Forgettable name. Cool. Yeah. You have the knowledge that you have, but you guys want to go ahead with Corinne's suggestion. Okay, so you guys are gonna fill up Bear with drinks, so that way when he gets to the monastery of Sun and Shade, he has to piss everywhere.
Yes.
There are drinks at the monastery. We could
Yeah,
wait.
we
so
can
he
do.
doesn't
We can
pee
wait
all
to
over
do
my
this.
home.
Yep. First, he's gonna pee all over the monastery, so that way the
Oh my
monastery is
God.
marked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sh-
Oh, you know, I guess it's fine because they'll just make the young monks in training clean it up.
like you do, just pass it.
Wow.
Just pass it
Mop
off.
on, mop off.
No, we're gonna wait to do the territory marking.
Yeah, you guys
Just
can
around it.
set off on Proto 1, your ship, and you guys head off to the Monastery of Sun and Shade. One nice thing, another fact that you notice with this trip, besides that there is the addition of still having snow falling from the sky, because it takes you a couple
Oh
days.
yeah, we never asked anybody about that.
No, you didn't.
Oh wow.
I didn't notice.
As the ship goes on, you do still deal with the snow, but there aren't the incredible winds you're dealing with, which we're getting like pretty out of hand. So there is good happening from the fact that you guys dealt with that dragon. There's no crazy tornado-esque winds like from like 700 miles away that are being felt anymore. You know, the whole ecosystem of the world isn't being rewritten by winds, basically, which is great. Do you want to describe what this monastery looks like? Natalie, do you have a picture in your head of what it looks like?
Kind of. Yeah, it's like, it's in a mountainous region, right? So there's a lot of trees at first as you're like approaching that are still deciduous, but as you get higher and higher and climb up into the upper altitudes, it starts to become less of those and more evergreens and conifers and just like rocky outcroppings with shrubs and things where the big, taller leafed trees can't grow. And once you start to get into that region, you see these little stone footpaths that are just basically steps that have been worn flat but also divoted a little bit because the stone itself has been worn away by people doing drills up and down them constantly to like build stamina and stuff. And so, yeah, nestled amongst these tall, ancient evergreen trunks, eventually you come onto a simple, stone-worked monastery with dark brown tiled roofs and like at the tops of walls, there's sort of a walkway and then another wooden thing that goes up with a slanted tiled roof on that. Um, it's very, it's a mix of like wood, stone, and terracotta. Not terracotta. Yeah, I guess terracotta would be fine. Like clay tiles. Um, there's a lot of just carvings of celestial, astronomical constellations and stuff worked into the stone edifice of the walls, uh, usually branching out of a large centerpiece that is a sun moon glyph, where they're sort of combined together and then things branch off of that and sort of tessellate and scroll work around the structure. And there's a big gate with big heavy oak bolts that slide across to lock and close it if they ever need to be locked down. But most of the time, it's gates are wide open and welcoming, and there's someone there to, just keep track of who's coming and going. And as you walk into this big open courtyard, you see there's a building for sleeping quarters and a meditation room towards the back through these columned big opening, and then just like again flattened, raked flat earth area for different drills. They have the like poles for balancing on and little stumps to leap from, arranged in ways to build agility and um, people's physical skill. And yeah, there's probably a group of students training, and you can see the teachers walking around conversing with each other. There's probably rooms off to the side with like slatted terraced um, windows that let sun through but cast long shadows in the evening and sunsets, um, for when they are doing the religious studies of this monastery. every student at the Sun and Shade Monastery is in some way chosen by a deity to become an avatar of that deity's will. Um, and uh, and so the physical training is a way to harness the gifts and blessings that the deities bestow on their like chosen representatives, basically. And yeah, is that enough?
Yeah, it's funny.
Cool.
You guys, I mean, you guys like pull over, like I'm assuming like you guys are like, we got to find a parking area for a giant ship, or at least a place to like, if not settle down, at least drop you guys off while the captain continues flying the ship around to find a place to park.
Does
So
he need to park it? The airships park? They just keep flying, right?
they can. I
We
mean,
can only parallel park.
I mean, the thing with the proto is that because it uses elemental gems, you guys have different capabilities. So, with the air gem, you do have a hovering capability where you can leave it in a spot, but leaving it an airship hovering over a certain point does attract attention. So, depending on, it might not be a thing that they want. Is that so? But either way, you guys fly over. One of the things that people that you see, Corinne, and recognize very quickly is one of your old masters, Master Vythe, who is a lizard folk. And the reason they're so noticeable, the reason she is so noticeable is that she, being a lizard folk and being one of the more laid-back, seemingly teachers, is currently sunbathing on one of the roofs. So she's the easiest to see because she is just laying there enjoying the sun, eyes open to look up at the ship, and then the eyes just close again. But you know from your training with her that when her eyes look fully closed, that is when they are definitely not fully closed. As you...
Master, can I describe her a little more?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah. Master Vith is a changeable lizard folk. And if you don't know what that is, they are kind of spiky. So they've got like the iguana spikes down the center crest of their head, but then she also has this like sort of frilled flap of like lizard skin from like the bottom of her jaw down to like the nape of her clavicle that can like turn bright red and flare.
So I didn't know changeable lizards were actually a type of lizard. I thought you wrote changeable lizard to be like, choose whatever lizard you want. So I'm glad that it's actually a specific type of lizard because
it's a specific type.
I had no idea.
Yeah, well, I chose them specifically because they are like, and I didn't like read into this. It may be that only like the male lizards in actual life can do this, but like basically they can do this thing where their body starts at the tip of their like lizard snoot and all the way down to their tail can become bright red. And I thought it was hilarious that Corinne would train from this like master of sun soul arts who, when they got mad, would just turn bright red at her. Like,
like what?
It seemed very anime. So yeah, normally Vith is a sort of brownish orange. And has some like dark stripes sort of emanating from below her eyes and then like running down her cheeks. Not quite tattoos, but just like markings in her scales that might read similarly to how Corinne's tattoos look. Just a slightly different configuration. And yeah, like Vinny said, they love sunbathing because
lizard.
It's their jam.
They're a sun soul monk and they're a lizard,
Yeah.
so they're like, yeah, all the sunlight.
This is where Corinne got her habit of just like sitting shirtless in the sun.
As
I
you
learned it
guys
from you, Mom.
as you guys get like let down onto like the steps themselves, and as you said, they have gates that are wide open, but they do normally have someone who watches. Apparently the person watching today is Deh, who is an old classmate of yours.
I run at him and do a flying sidekick.
He still being much more reserved than you or Rika ever was, just kind of attempts to just sidestep it, like not responding in any other way, but just being like, not right now.
Just probably left off the airship at them.
The second you like land, though, they do come in. They do open their arms. They are a fairly muscular individual. You can see fur in weird spots that like complements their skeletal animalistic tattoos. That show that probably from even just looking from like Bear to this person, you get the fact that they're probably some sort of lycanthrope. And they like open their arms for a hug for Corinne, but like anytime you try to do like an attacking thing, they're just sidestepping them and be like, Corinne, it's great to see you, but I don't.
I love the idea
Like-
that Corinne goes for several strikes and they just maneuver, and then suddenly she's in a hug.
Yeah.
Like they've footworked her. She's like, every
I
time.
love that.
Oh.
Good to see you again.
You too.
Who's all of your? The head kind of turns when he looks at Bear, and like Bear's head also kind of turns in sync.
Brother.
there's like just a moment.
Love it for sight.
Yeah. These are some people I met when I was off on my away mission. I introduce everybody. We don't have to.
Some people I met.
So when you introduce Deh-nys, Deh-nys walks up to him and throws a punch because apparently that's how you greet people.
Can you move your mic towards your mouth a little more? Sorry.
Yeah. So when Deh-nys gets introduced, he walks up to him and then throws a punch.
I don't know if your mic is picking up audio or if it's something else.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
It doesn't sound like audio coming from a mic though. I don't know if that's just me.
No, I also hear it.
How
It's a
about
little
now?
muffled.
Say again?
How about now?
A little better. Cool.
That's a little better, yeah.
That's cool. I thought your audio was coming. I thought it was similar to the thing with Ange earlier, where it was just audio from somewhere. But cool, yeah.
Audio from anywhere.
Audio from don't worry about it.
So you just go up and try to sock this werebear.
Yeah, entirely.
Cool.
Break your hand.
Roll an
I
attack.
don't know.
Roll an attack roll. It's fine.
Cool.
We'll let
I'll
this
roll an
happen.
attack roll. I take my 19 divination.
That's what we use it for.
That's what we use it for.
That is what
Hey,
we use it for.
Deh-nys.
Yeah.
Roll with disadvantage. I'm using warding flare.
Well, why? Okay. It doesn't matter. I just get a 19.
Yeah, the thing is,
because you're 16, or you can't.
No, yeah, if he's using the divination automatically is the roll, no matter what.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
I saw this that I'm going to punch this person. So
Also, like he has like an armor class, like a werebear stats. He had an armor class of 10. Even as a monk, he probably has an armor class of like 16, maybe. So, like either way, yeah. You hit this person. Where are you aiming? You're only up to this person's like stomach, maybe. So,
probably stomach. Like he gives him a playful yet firm like punch to the stomach.
You met more monks, I guess, on your journey, Corinne? Okay.
Deh-nys is a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
I never want him working on me. That's a method.
He's got a whole thing. He's got like these tutorials. I've actually learned a lot.
Oh, well, nice to meet you, Deh-nys.
Deh-nys like.
Oh, sure.
Also
Yeah, this is good. Gives you a hug.
Yep.
Gives Deh-nys the pat, puts Deh-nys back out on the ground, and looks between the other ones. We don't have to punch as a greeting. If you would like a hug, I don't mind that, but I would.
Yeah, sure, Malen go for a hug.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet
They
you.
gives the best hugs.
You know what?
You can really feel your spine realigning when they hug you.
Oh yeah, crack. Tiny form is just snapped in half.
Notably freezes and does not say anything to this person.
That's fine. Just like, okay.
He's just kind of standing there like.
Is
Dah's not like giving the like he's like approach me and you get the hug. So if you're just standing there, he's like
bigger? Is he bigger?
You introduce Grom to him. He's just kind of frozen a little bit.
That's fair.
He kind of blue screens.
To Evie's question, he's like as tall as you, probably. There's definitely a big individual.
The size, the height was more where Evie was.
Yeah, I mean like tall wise, like very tall.
Super tall. Corinne just kind of like takes a few steps while everyone else is like saying hello, and just like takes a very deep breath, and like all the sense memory of this place where she spent her entire childhood training and becoming the fighter that she is now just kind of floods into her, and she's just like
Evie will make some semblance of a remark along the lines of this is a very different kind of temple than the one I'm from.
Oh, so you did meet another monk. Nice to meet you. Gives you
yeah, they're
a
from
bow.
what was it? Four
Elements.
fists? Yeah, 4 elements.
Oh, you're welcome here. You are basically kin as far as us here are concerned. So welcome. I am, I guess, your greeter for the day. I'm just keeping a watchful eye, enjoying the morning dew, the relaxing air. It's been a while since you've been in the Quiet Pines. It's nice to have you back, Corinne. Resh currently isn't here at the moment, but I think almost everybody else is. So Rika also left at some point too. So
Oh yeah, no, we bumped into her. She's doing okay.
good. Wait, you guys ran into each other and it was fine?
Oh yeah, no, we like settled the beef, buried the hatchet. It's all good now.
And who's back?
A dragon?
And Evie just bursts out laughing at this. Like, does not try to hide it at all.
Yeah.
Deh like goes behind
Right.
everybody and starts like gesturing, like light hands on back. It's like, if you guys would like to come in, and just
I
like
thought you were
slowly
gonna say they
push.
were gonna gesture around the temple and be like, "That's from Corinne and Rika's fight. That's from Corinne and
No,
Rika's fight." It's
he's-
just like broken things
No,
with
he-
like scorch marks.
No.
They're still not
There's
fixed.
some people who know mending here. They probably fixed anything that you guys have done. That's where they fucked. We couldn't fix that. That one. that one's broken forever.
Ruined. No one wanted to touch it, so we just kind of left it there.
Yeah,
There's just a big tree stump that had to get like sanded flat because it was.
Actually, yeah. While you're here, Evie, if you could just burn that so we could regrow that would be great. No.
Yeah, I think she'll.
Fireball.
She just says, "Is everybody here, Dea?"
Almost everybody. We have a couple people out. I think, knowing that
Where's my mom?
probably on the roof. I'm gonna say I'm double checking notes. I don't remember you mentioning someone in this place being your mom, so that's the thing that I don't remember.
Her mom moved here when Corinne was born because she was this baby with like kind of metallic skin and glowing eyes, and the village was like scared of her.
Gotcha. But she's not she's not a master or currently
She's
here.
not
She's
one of the
just
masters.
a person
No,
who like lives in a
there's just
village
people.
nearby. Cool, awesome.
Yeah, like there are people besides like the monks training that live at the monastery and like make the
100%.
meals, do the laundry, that kind of stuff.
100%. I was just making sure because I was like, boy, I don't remember. I don't have a name or anything currently on my list of
Yeah,
names.
no.
As I'm looking at them, like, what the fuck are you throwing at me, Natalie?
It's time to
Oh
improv.
yes,
Get ready.
Grandmaster Jamia, your mother. I don't know.
I mean, I have a name for her. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, if you want to toss that at me, just because I don't have everything, but I have a lot of them. But yeah, you
That's my notes.
This is your mother's definitely around somewhere. I just don't keep track. I don't know if she's cooking today or maybe she's helping rebuilding some of the issues that someone else has been causing somewhere in the building. Just because you left doesn't mean the fightings haven't made any less damage. So
Yeah, that's what makes it fun.
yeah, you guys are welcome to explore the area. One of the things that does probably throw all of you for a loop for a moment is there is a moment where all of you are encased in a circle of darkness after a few steps in. And you don't hear anything from the out. You hear you hear Dea, who's like, Master Oust, why this is guests. These are guests. You don't need to do this to guests. It's like, no.
I cast Dimension Door and I leave.
You just somewhere else.
And then I cast Magic Door and I just go outside the circle and I'm like,
All right.
fuck is this?
You see a tall drow who just seems to be standing in the shadows of one part of the monastery, who's just like watching and looking over. And it's like, oh, don't worry, it'll drop in a moment. I just saw some faces that I recognized in there. And then eventually, next to you appears Ponthorax, who says, oh, hello, cousin. Didn't know that you were... Didn't know you were up here.
Wait, what?
I'm sorry, what?
Drows are elves, guys. Elves live for a long fucking time.
Yeah, I guess
Literally,
so.
Malen's like, my telenovela, yes.
There does seem to be a tension between the two when Ponthorax appears. And Alice is just like, hi, cousin, it's nice to see you. I was talking more about my students, someone of import. And Ponth just goes, right. And just like turns and starts walking away. I'm gonna keep exploring. You guys have fun.
Shit. Oh, I
Min Saluzan was bad.
should have asked his last name, I guess.
Always ask the last name. Oh wow.
Yeah, that happened.
Kind of
Eventually, eventually the darkness drops, and Alice looks to you, Corinne, and it's like, nice to have an old student back. So you brought some people. Looks questioningly at the crowd.
Yeah. They say
Kenku with the mismatched armor. Short
a tall-ass bear.
Yeah, a bear the size of a building. A very tall Eladrin. A very short orc.
Allies, Master Oust. I made some friends while I was seeing the world. We heard you have a problem not far from here, or rather, this region does, and came to fix it. Seems like a good excuse to come home, though.
Always good seeing some familiar faces. And some new ones. This will be interesting. And some additional familiar faces. Looks off the Ponthorax.
Yeah, I didn't know they were related. I never would have hired him, or I would at least would have let you know.
Oh, it's fine. Some people go different pathways, and we both went different pathways. Yes. Is there anything particular that we can help you with? We can give you some details about the local issue. I'm assuming you're talking about the Earth Dragon that came out a few months ago?
Potentially.
It's a druid.
We heard there was a druid with a corrupt sword.
Oh, the druid issue. All right, sorry. There's a lot of...
Is there an Earth Dragon
there's
too?
a dragon here?
We could do both.
There was, but I think that got taken care of. There's a monk that fired elemental energy that was with like another druid and a bard and a couple other people, and they handled that apparently. One of your old members, Juzoth, the one who had the tattoos and the did darkness training. Along with Rika.
Yeah.
And probably someone from my temple as well, I take it.
Oh, are you from the Septira Temple?
Is that what the temple's name is, Vinny?
Yes.
Okay. Ange does not remember the name of the temple.
That's fair. That was lore from before your... There was lore before your lore existed, so don't worry. It's not your fault. He says, yes, I believe so. Gives you a bow, says, yes, I believe there's a tiefling of some sort. A couple tieflings, lots of tieflings. Infernal energy all around. Speaking of which, Rika's not here, so I don't know if that's a thing. Nothing more should need to be broken, so that's good.
Rika and I have settled our rivalry. We are now mature rivals.
Clem, who I'm assuming came along, it just like whispers, is like, how badly were you guys known to just fuck shit up? Like, I
mean, that's a layered question.
Rika's happy now. Let's
Oh, I don't believe that. That's definitely a lie. But that's fine.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far, Evie. Definitely
She
still
seems-
Rika.
She seems happy with her dragonborn companion. At least that's what Ange remembers.
Fire genasi, but still, yeah. As that's going on, Dea is talking to like Bear. Is just being like, "Are you from these woods? You look familiar. Your coat looks familiar from our area." And Bear's like, "Oh, I think I might have been here a while back." And like they're just having like a conversation of being like, "Oh, have you tried these? Which trees do you prefer for your back scratching? I like the tall pines are really nice for some. Have you tried?" Have you tried doing it while in the lake against a stream on some big rocks? Because it's nice to like cool your back while also getting a good scratch in. And there's just a conversation going back and forth that probably only Gromagul can really understand at this moment.
Uncle who looks slightly panicked in front of them, just still kind of blue screening.
Would Bear notice that?
Probably he's Bear. He knows Grom well enough.
Bear sniffing the air, turns and just like looks towards you, and head kind of tilts and says, "Are you okay? Do you not
Fine.
want to?
Don't worry about it.
We can talk about something that's not back scratches if you want."
Yeah, it's fine, Bear. And he just kind of like scoots away a little bit uncomfortably.
Okay. Are the bees? Do they still make like the best honey around here? He's like, no, they actually migrated north. The honeys around here is it's okay, but they don't make it like they used to. You know, they're just having a whole conversation.
The bees have sold out, Vinny.
No, they just migrated north. Because where you guys are, it would be a little cooler. So when the snow was happening, it wouldn't be the best place to be. So they had to migrate north to survive.
I appreciate. I was being flippant. I appreciate the explanation.
Oh, you're welcome. I bullshitted it on the spot, but I thought it made sense. It sounded intelligent, right? Like that's all that matters is if it sounds intelligent in the moment. Yeah. So what would you guys like to do here before going, or besides getting some additional information, are you guys just leaving right afterwards? Are you guys spending like a day here, a night here, doing anything?
Is there a library?
I'm sure it's probably of a very unique type. It's because it's going to be religious texts and fighting styles and maybe some other specific historical things, but like religious texts and fighting styles are going to be your big your big ones.
Although, let me check
Like-
my notes real quick.
Like waterbending scrolls or stuff, but like specifically shadow and light magic.
I mean, at this point, it wouldn't hurt to learn a little bit about it. At least keep some knowledge in my back pocket. And at one point, Malen is going to like very poorly attempt the stump thing, like jumping from like the stump to the stump and like eat shit.
Yeah, there's no arcane masters in the.
That's okay.
Like, yeah.
Malen's is here for
Evie
knowledge.
watches you do that a couple times, then just literally picks you up. This is how it's done, and then just ninja bounces across them.
I can't find. I don't think I ever gave Corinne's mom a name.
Okay. Yeah, so this is why I double. By the way, everybody, this is why I said if everyone can put all of their stuff into Google Docs and send me Google Docs, this makes things a lot easier for everybody to be able to find things later on. I'm currently looking at. I have an old email that I'm still looking at, and that's all that I currently have from you.
I swear I sent you a link, but I'll look.
Either way, I have all of the masters and your other peers. I don't have anything about parental relations. So any of that stuff, either you can send me later, or if we want to make up on the spot, we can do that. That's up to you.
Like I would just give her a name, but I kind of like the idea of naming her mom after a different type of mythical creature, but like not quite, accurate, whatever.
Peggy or Pegasus.
We got it. We got it in one, folks.
We'll figure something out. But
nailed it.
For now, she's just mom. And yeah, if we spend any amount of time here, Corinne would want to introduce Clem. I guess.
Thing that you're allowed to do.
Yeah.
Before that, though, is there anything? So we'll say that at the moment, at the very least, Oust, who you guys were just talking to, or at least Corinne was just talking to, gives you guys some basic information about what you've been hearing about of the Furbolg, and mentions this Furbolg. The biggest issue is we know that this Furbolg had a name at some point, but none of us can remember the name anymore. We do remember that they had the title of Warden, so we've been just calling the Furbolg Warden for now, because that's all we can remember. We don't know if that's part of the corruption or something entirely different, but that is an issue, is that, at the very least with this Furbolg, we are missing some mental faculties, some information. In addition to that, there have been sightings of some creatures that aren't from this area. There have been oozes appearing. Some slime creatures have been making a mess of certain parts of the woods that's down there. In addition to that, fey creatures have slowly started to leave the area. A couple that were there, sprites and pixies that were living there, that's just up and left. So whatever central magical focus, or at least any fey magical focus, has been getting either exorcised. I don't think that's the correct word when it feels like something evil is doing the exorcism, but pushed out. Corrupted. Thank you. That was a double take seeing your giant hat. It's like, interesting. Okay. The creature is through some trails in the woods. This Furbolg. We don't know. There was a spot that they used to. They were a hermit. There was a spot that they just claimed that was their own. That besides some animals and some wanderers and maybe a ranger or two, not many would have traveled and probably met them. But that area is through a thick layer of wood, and the wood has been churning people around. It has made a trail almost uncrossable at this point, because someone walks in one section and does not. If you go walk in a straight line, you do not walk a straight line anymore. And some parts of the woods have been blighted, including trees that have slowly been harming individuals as they've crossed paths. We haven't found out if the individuals have done anything to the forest or not, or if it's been unprovoked. That's still information we don't have. I will say this, if you are around Gromagul, I don't know if Gromagul is out of blue screen mode or not, but the name Warden, the title of Warden, is a title that you remember of a Furbolg. But you can't remember the Furbolg's name either now, which is annoying.
Yeah, he's kind of
That sounds
like
some fey shit though.
edging into the conversation. And yeah, he would note that he kind of knows. He might know this person.
And then I think, what was it, Malen, you just said that sounds like some fey shit.
Yeah, Malen, who has been like she brought she heard in her her original role was yeah, fey stuff, and prepared a bunch of basically RP spells of all right, modify memory, all of these interactivity things to do with fey, and then they're fey aren't here, and she immediately dumped her backpack on the ground and it's going through all this shit no, yes, no,
Starting to redo
yes.
her spells for the day.
Yeah. It's fuck this shit. And then you said that, and then all of a sudden it's oh, no one can remember the name. And she's like, is it fey shit or not? Tell me which one I need to bring.
Alice looks at you like, we don't know. If we knew and we had a solution to the problem, we would not be in need of more assistance.
Clearly.
She's excitable.
I'm getting that energy. It's a fun energy.
Which Corinne saying that to Master Oust is probably a weird moment for him specifically. Corinne nodding softly, she's excitable.
Yeah, it's oh yeah, it's the sun calling the stars bright, huh? Yeah. Throwing some
She just kind
anti-shade.
of mumbles under her breath, pot kettle black.
Yep. Looks to you, Corinne, for a moment, and like, despite like the situation and like the tension with Monthrax, looks at you and is like, "You look like you've done well for yourself. Good for you."
Yeah, she beams. Her like shift weave collar kind of pops itself.
Don't do that in front of
"Hey."
Vife. She'll be jealous.
Oh well, deflates. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I did my best, and yeah, now we've got this. She just gestures at the airship as it kind of like is moving off into the distance.
It has a backup alarm that's just going. Boo, boo,
Yeah.
boo, boo. It's very subtle.
Yeah, I should have written in a helicopter landing pad for my fake monastery backstory.
Yeah. How dare you?
Yeah, I should have known. Never again. I'll never forget it.
In 3 campaigns, you're gonna be like, yeah,
3
I'm
campaigns later, I'm playing a little halfling.
I'm
Oh, in the back
halfling-
of the Shire,
Yeah,
there's a
halfling fisherman, and be like, oh yeah, also in the middle of the lake, we also made it a wooden raft,
helipad.
a helipad, just in case.
You never know.
You don't.
Yeah,
Gotta be
she. Yeah, I think she just takes the compliment. Maybe. Yeah, here we go. All right, you ready, Instagram? She smiles, points to the airship, but then her eyes kind of settle on Clem, who's maybe just like looking around or like following a butterfly as it kind of flits around, and she just says, "I did do pretty good."
Clem is actually currently with Malen and Evie trying to do the
leaping on
the
the-
leaping
yeah.
thing, and she, being a dancer, is actually pretty okay at, like, better than Malen, not as good as Evie, but like somewhere in that in between.
Yeah,
not eating
Like-
as much shit, but
If
slight
Clem
shit
does like a
eating.
little pirouette, Malin just like trips and falls and eats shit.
Evie
Yeah.
probably could do backflips, but chooses not to.
It's like Disney princess, Disney prince, sidekick in quality of light face stepping over. But
Yeah.
she's currently up there doing that with them, and she's having a good time, laughing, smiling, checking out some of the stuff that's around here. But yeah, you look over. I heard
Corinne has that like Ghibli moment where like she just like is like super smiley. Her hair kind of stands up.
the static aurora
Yeah.
ray electricity.
Yeah, her like tattoos like spark once.
Do we need to find you another stump? Are you okay?
I'm good. I'm just excited to be back.
Okay. It is 5:56. So what we'll do is we will say we can go a little bit longer if there's anything anyone in particular wants to do, but we'll probably open next session with you guys having a visit with Corinne's mom, and then we'll have you guys trekking out to the forest. I saw a hand
Say
raise.
one thing.
No, you guys are in a
As-
monastery to fuck around in. If you guys want to do some stuff, do some stuff.
We can bring out the other teachers, like
Are we wrapping up for the night?
I'd give us like 5-10 more minutes. So like if
Okay.
some people want to do stuff, they definitely can.
Well, as soon as the werebear walks away, Ram is right up next to Corinne. Like he wants to say something, but he doesn't.
I was just gonna
Okay.
I was just gonna go off and start looking for Ponthorax to have a conversation, a family conversation. So as Dea walks off, Oust also walks off. Currently, you don't see any of the other teachers around at the moment.
You said Master Vith was hanging around?
Vith was on the roof sunbathing, so you could like easily get to that. But
Oh.
but I'm just saying, at the moment, you guys are alone for a conversation.
Okay. I rolled a 25 insight, so what's up with Grom?
No secrets.
Panicked, awkward, and specifically around what's their name again?
Dea.
Dea. Like he's
Um,
attracted to them and have no idea what to do about it.
Yeah.
Has no idea how to even like
Mm-hmm.
acknowledge it.
Corinne just like watches your sight line, and then like the most like like playful roguish grin creeps across her face. She says, "So what'd you think of my friend Dea? Pretty cool, right?"
He just kind of blanks for a second, like he doesn't know how to respond. Yeah, about that. Are they from here?
Yeah, we grew up together. Back when we were kids, it was me,
Mhm.
Rika, and Dea, pretty much inseparable.
Mhm. Mhm.
Honestly, I don't know what they were thinking because they got in a lot of trouble because of the two of us, but they stuck with us. So they're, yeah, I'd say they're probably the most loyal person I know.
She would not be
Amen,
subtle
amen.
at all. Rom's an idiot when it comes to this.
Yeah.
He has no idea what you're doing.
Yep.
He's just like kind of searching again. And he goes to change the subject
Do you want to
to
fight
like
him?
the problem. Fight him. Why would I want to fight them?
Because it's really cool. They turn into a bear and everything. Their fur like glows in certain patches where they've got the tattoos and stuff.
It's a fight.
It's something.
What do they think about cities? No, he starts peppering you with like 1,000 personal questions about them.
Yeah.
He's not
far as-
subtle at all. He has no idea what he's doing.
It just says, well, far as I know, when Dea took their trip out into the world, they made it down the mountain and then turned around and came back.
He suddenly, abruptly walks away and pretends like this conversation didn't happen.
As a fun bit of lore, yeah, Dea like went down to the village at the base of the mountain and like maybe a couple other like little farming hamlets up the side of the mountain. And we're like, well, guess I've seen the world. Came home.
This is all civilization has to offer. I'm done with it.
Yeah.
I think I'm good. I'm gonna go back to the monastery.
Hard pass. Hard pass. Go back to the woods.
As you two are having that conversation and it finishes up, you Corinne hear someone doing some like exercising. You see with like a big log on his back as he's coming up the mountain doing some punches.
Oh, God.
You see Garrick, this half-orc monk, currently just like hard exercising, doing lifting way too much, doing way too many exercises,
incredible.
coming up and like looks over at you for a second, stops the exercise just to like look at you. He's like, "Hey, Corinne," and just keeps
Garrick.
going off.
You looking awesome, dude.
Feeling awesome.
Malen like looks up, like is like trying to get like the gravel out of her hat, and then looks at this like half-orc doing like 80 things at once, and is like, "What the fuck do they feed the people here?"
Not enough! I shout over it.
Welcome to a monastery, Malen.
Yeah. Oh my god.
gosh.
Where are my notes on Garrick? Fucking legend.
Once Evie's done training, she would actually go try to make sure Palthrax is okay.
Malen will
Yeah, I
definitely
think
go along with that.
I think
But would
I think
not
Corinne's
interrupt.
inspired.
But would not interrupt a conversation.
Malen wants to listen to the drama.
So much
So
telenovela.
I think I run over to one of the like younger students who's training with like some weights, and they're like, ugh, and she just runs over, grabs it, and is like, "Give me that!" And I run and chase off after Garrick to like do the workout with him.
Sure, you go run off and do that. Evie will have a quick scene with you. Malen, are you guys both trying to listen on Ponth's conversation with
Yeah, if someone else is going to do this, then absolutely yes.
Planning on
Malen wants to know
eavesdropping.
what's up. Malen wants to know what's up with her wizard bro.
Okay, you guys can go ahead and do that. What are you up to, Dennis, as this is going on? So many things have happened in the last, like, 2 minutes.
So I just want this was before Natalie rolled that insight. I followed Dea. And after like there's a good distance, but after there's a good distance between everything, I just like walk up next to him and be like, "Hello."
Oh, hey, you're Dennis, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was nice to meet you. It was great meeting all of your friends. I'm glad Corinne had good company. He was away.
Nice to meet you, too. Corinne is nice.
Yeah.
Are you single?
Yes. I'm just one person, yeah.
Do you like bears?
I mean, I kind of am one.
Yes.
Oh, can you imagine if Dennis had the whole wrong idea and thought that the bear was attracted to him and not
He's trying to hook Bear up.
Dennis is playing matchmaker, but not for the right friend.
Oh
Oh no!
misread the room, misread the whole conversation.
That would be such a Dennis move.
Oh
Please no, let's have one nice moment.
No, Alex just has this habit.
Yeah. So you say that, and they're like, I mean, yeah, I like bears. You watch as their tattoos glow, their body changes, and not as big as bear, but larger than an average like brown bear, but like definitely smaller than bear, who's just freaking ginormous.
Yeah.
He turns into like almost like a full a half bear form, so like all of the fur comes out. It's the full werebear form. And you watch like as the skeleton tattoo grows with him and like takes on like additional ribs and like a thicker bone musculature. Like basically it makes like it changes to match the new shape's skeleton basically. So, and he just like chuckles at it for a moment and then shifts back.
Okay, that was pretty cool.
You seem pretty cool too.
Well,
I heard you were a doctor?
That is one of my professions. Yep.
I mean, my only profession is monk, but I think I do pretty good at it.
Well, you're a bear too.
That's not a profession, that's more of my hobby. It's a lifestyle.
I lean in and I say it very quietly and I say, "Don't tell Bear that." And then Dennis proceeds to explain all of his professions, but it's like, oh, and I'm also a ghost barber. Do you like trees? Like the woods?
It's my favorite spot to be when I'm not in the monastery. Are you literally just like grilling him in between explaining stuff?
Like he says one thing of what he is, like swordsman. Have you ever been into like a city? Do you like cities?
I went down to like a place that had like 5 houses, so I mean I think that was a pretty big city. I don't think I need anything bigger than that.
Perfect. Yep. Just going down the list.
He's just got a oversized quill.
Just magics one up.
Making like a magic Bumble account.
I want you to know, Leo, I created this NPC before I knew who Grom was.
Thank you.
It was
so this has just been waiting.
It's been waiting for me.
It's
Thank
been kind
you.
of great. I was looking through them today and I was like, werebear? hated civilization and came back. Oh, fuck yeah. I know what we're doing.
Mhm. You described them, and I was like, yeah, he's blue screening.
Yep.
Because Vinny a while back was like, oh, just out of curiosity, what would it look like if Grom was attracted to somebody? I was like, he would have no idea what to do with that. It's panic. Panic.
Yep.
So Dennis's continuation would probably end up being like, oh, I'm a diviner, and what's your type?
Oh, I mean, the only people I've really met and hung out with are the people that have been here. I mean, so I don't. Someone who
Do you
respects
like short
animals.
people?
I mean,
Like,
size
what?
is not important at all.
Okay.
Are you also a matchmaker? Is that a thing you do?
Yarn out.
Yes.
New
Yes.
subclass.
I feel like that's like a level in Cleric of Love or something. Or
Yeah. Paladin.
You
Oath
just
of-
need to learn the
Oath of
spell matrimony,
matchmaking.
and that's it.
Done. I'll do it
Dennis is adding this to
right now.
the laundry list of professions.
Chemistry, it's technically science.
Yeah, Dennis just flat out, he's like, so after dealing with the druid, I'm gonna go on a date.
Uh-oh.
Did you say I think I want to date or
No, it says, do you want to go on a date?
Wow. Bold.
sorry,
Anyway.
seeing conversations in the Discord, not the Discord, in the Twitch chat about something totally different, and I was like, I just saw they broke Vinny. That's how I'm like, what the hell is this conversation about? It says, I mean,
He did.
mean,
He did.
it's like, I mean, are you asking for you? Okay, is this a surprise? Sure.
Parent trapping Grom.
As long as
Parent trapping Grom.
as long as I can, as long as it's somewhere in this area, I just don't want to go down to another big city again because that place was too much.
We don't have to worry about that.
Big city.
Wow.
A farming hamlet at the bottom of the mountain.
Big old city. Rom has burned down more than that.
Instagram. We heard you liked cottagecore lesbians, but how do you feel about cottagecore himbos?
Love them. The numbers say.
With mild violent streaks.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's no teddy. Like he is a literal teddy bear, but they can also kick some ass. They are a monk,
Yeah.
so.
Dennis throws a high five, and then
Which is like a low five for the bear.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. He casts jump and then does a high five.
Oh, sick.
And then goes, right, I'll tell Gromagul, and then just walks away. Doesn't say anything else, just leaves.
Oh, okay. Bye.
Set up, but get ready.
Spoiler alert, I
Wow.
don't tell Gromagul. And that's
Spoiler alert, I don't tell Gromagul. Awesome. Cool. As that's going on.
Wow.
As all that's going on, unless there's any final things, I'm going to probably close out with Evie and Malen listening to Ponthrax and Oust.
Mm.
Cool. So you guys, it's heated enough. I'm not even going to make you guys roll stealth checks. Like they are just full in something. You guys both speak Elvish.
Yes.
Also, do Drow have a specific language? Because that's what they would be speaking.
Oh, I do.
I think they
They
speak
would
Elvish and maybe Undercommon.
If they're,
Undercommon, thank you. That is.
If they're from, well, is Undercommon the thieves
No, Undercommon is specifically from if you're in the Underdark, which is what they would most likely speak. But Elvish is also
God damn it.
Elvish is also likely too. So I'm gonna just stick with Elvish because it's probably.
Evie does speak Thieves' Cant as opposed to Undercommon.
I speak Elvish.
There you go. So, okay, so you guys would still understand it, but this at least is like they made it so they're like, okay, well maybe not everyone speaks Elvish, so they're arguing back and forth in Elvish, and the conversation seems to heat up related to some family business because they are cousins, and it's like, so you can leave the house and go to an island where you or go to a mountain where you can just learn ways to punch real good with magical powers, but if I want to leave for my own arcane studies and not be a part of that type of society, you have an issue with me doing that. And us is like, I'm not saying that. You can lead your own life. Someone has to go home and take care of our families. Someone has to do that eventually. I have people to take care of here. What do you have? You don't have anybody or anything you need to take care of besides whatever this crazy group is doing. And knowing Corinne, it's probably psychotic. And that's nothing against her. She's great. She looks like she's doing well. But there's a airship floating above our area, and I don't know. You guys are going to try to deal with this druid thing that we would eventually deal with. I don't know that you guys are doing anything responsible or helpful right now. And is this really more important than everything that could be happening to our family right now? You've heard about what's happening up here, right? You heard about the Earth Dragon. You guys just dealt with the Air Dragon, and you talked to them before about the Fire Dragon they're dealing with. The orbs? What about the Orb of Darkness? What about the orb that's in our home? And he's like, we don't need that. And even if we do need that, who cares? It's not like it's useful. It's only helping the higher society anyways down there, and we aren't even that high. Mid-tier is fine. I don't care about that. Up here, I'm having a good time. I'm working on myself. I actually get to take care of myself physically instead of just being some sickly, poor little wizard who is alone in a room reading books all the time. I can work my body. I can enjoy myself outdoors. Yes, it hurts. I don't care about that. I get to be out here, and I'm going to keep being out here. You're not going to stop me from doing that. Go fuck yourselves. Opens a portal, drops through it, and goes away.
All that whole conversation was happening. Like
You wanted a telenovela.
Wait, who just stormed out?
Ponthorax drops through one of his portals and just like.
While that conversation was happening, Malen like slowly takes Evie's hand and like puts it on her shoulder and is like, "Don't let me go." And she's like wanting so hard to just like sock this dude in the face. It's like, "I'll show you, fucking wizard shit. I'll fucking show him." No one messes with my wizard, bro.
Nope. Malen. Ignore him for a minute. Evie's going to use the magic item to basically send a message to Ponthorax, basically saying, "Where the fuck did you go? What is going on?"
You get like first of all, it's like like I didn't do nothing wrong. Like the tone's just like I don't know what you mean. I didn't do nothing. It's like I just went to go on top of into the ship to make sure everything was okay up here. I'm just up there. Sorry, I'll be right back. And later you just hear as he like reappears like not too far away from the rest of the group, but like on top of one of the buildings to just be like have some distance.
Malen starts walking, but is held in place because she has put Evie's hand on her shoulder.
Malen, hold on tight. We're going for a climb.
What does that mean?
I'm just gonna join him on the roof, and Malen's coming with for no good reason.
It is
The wizard backpack.
Wizard backpack. It is 10:17. I think we're gonna open with this conversation next time. And we'll have this conversation. We'll have y'all meet Corinne's mom. We'll see if there's a date. I don't know. And we will have you guys trek through a forest a bit.
Malen, you wanted to be there for this. I'm sorry.
No, I'm so stoked about this. I got telenovela and I have a new enemy.
Cool.
Everything, 2 birds.
Thank you guys
Three birds.
for coming. This was a fun session. I didn't
This
lose.
was fun.
I didn't lose power. I was very worried about that this entire time.
Yeah.
But hey, yeah, we got through the session, doing good.
I'm gonna reread everything I sent you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to reread it all too. We will be having a new another Fire Arc session sometime in, this is July, sometime in August.
Yes.
I forget how months work. Until then, if you want to check out our store and grab any of the cool merch that Meloette has made, if you want to find some awesome stuff at Gemhammer, you get 20% off. And if you'd like to donate to our Tiltify to help out fund Texas Choice to help out people with uteruses, we would super appreciate you helping them out. We appreciate that very much. Until then, this is Team Blaster. Stay safe, stay respectful, and we will see you next time.
Pew pew.